Let's do this. Can you guys hear me? Let's get this chat working. Really need to learn how to work this Zoom. Anyway, so I'll go. 1 second, guys. Right, sorry about that. Like, I'm a novice when it comes to all this Zoom business, you know. It's like, yeah. So I have to get over it though. So I've opened up the chat thing. Can you guys hear me? Do you want to type something in the chat or something? And in fact, I don't even know how I unmute you all. Can you unmute yourselves if you want to just talk? So can you like unmute yourselves and talk if you want to? I'd like to, you know, if we do this where we can just talk, you know. That's why we're doing it. I don't know. I suppose it might be down to me maybe to do it for you, but I'm just like how to do it. Guys, do me a favor, please, just so we can get this going. Can you guys unmute yourselves? Do you know? I know I can do you all one by one, but obviously that's just, yeah, I don't need to be on with that. No, because all it is I want to be. Yep, cool. Say again.
We can hear you, man.
Oh, that's cool. No, what it is, what I'm thinking is like, I just want to be, I want you like to be able to talk to me too, so we can just talk. So it saves all the typing and all the nonsense, don't it? Do you know what I mean? Okay, that's fair enough. I appreciate like some of you can't, you know, talk or whatever. So, right. So, I don't know. Obviously, I mean, what it is, I want to tell you guys what you want to know, basically. I mean, I'll share with you like our trade. What I've done is I've opened up, I've opened up a demo account. I've just put some money. It's brand spanking new. Look, there's not a single trade ever been put on it. You know, so we can like look through the markets and put some trades on and show you what I do as regards. Because the thing is, right? I mean, obviously, by now, if you've been around the group a little while, you probably understand that I trade harmonic patterns. But the harmonic patterns, while being very successful for me, without a doubt, you know, like about 9 out of 10 trades it take profit. The thing is, though, I do believe I make most of the money scalping these patterns in between the trades, and I really want to try and like show that. That's excuse me a minute, I just need to cough. I want to try and like show how I do that, and I think the only way to actually do it is to, you know, literally do it, you know, on an account. I mean, this is not something they don't teach this kind of stuff. It's just something that I've worked out for myself. You know, it's I think a lot of the time. Excuse me, let's get a drink. A lot of the time, I mean, we're trying to fit ourselves into these boxes, you know, like what they teach, you know, analyzing the market. And, you know, for me, like, it just complicates things a lot of the time. I mean, what I've got going on is just so simple. And guys, I'm making a fortune. Seriously, this is no joke. But it's just so simple. And I'm just trying to think out the best way that I can get across to you exactly what I do. So, you know, it's almost like I appreciate you. Some of you are going to be at work, some of you are not, this, that, and the other. Everybody's impatient to learn, but all I can think to do is just literally, let's do a Zoom call for just hours on end. You know, let's talk, let's just do some trades, let's look at the markets, let's just try and just go through it. Just try and be as genuine and open as I can be, you know, just to understand what I'm doing. It's not hard. So, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys can talk. If you want to talk, you want to ask anything, or you know, where should we start? I mean, I'm not a teacher, remember. I'm just like one of you guys, you know. I'm trying to think, you know, what's best gonna serve you. This is, you know, where I'm at. So, you tell me. Okay, a lot of you seem to be at work and that. Yeah, I mean, this must be like the time difference. I'm assuming you're probably like from the US, you guys. So you're like 5 hours behind. I'm 8 o'clock UK at the night time here. So if you're 3 o'clock in the afternoon, yeah. So probably bad timing really, but okay. So I don't know. Let's just have a look through the markets then, shall we? Or something. That's. I mean, do you understand where I'm coming from, though, guys? I mean, in the sense that, like, I'm not a teacher. There's no planned out lesson here. It's just I just want to try and help you, you know. And so this is where I'm coming from. Can you see my screen, by the way? We're on gold at the minute. You can see it. Yeah, asking about the scalps. I believe this is what I want to try and this is exactly what I want to try and show you. It's unorthodox. It's unconventional. I don't know what I can say about it, except I've made a fortune doing it, so it works. Oh yeah, basics. Basics of the harmonic pattern. Okay then, right. So then show us a successful trade and your thought process through the trade. Okay. Well, I mean, I've literally just not long got in the house. I've had my dinner and I've sat down and I've just opened up the Zoom. So I've got no trades in progress really. I've not looked at the markets. I've not done a single thing. If you guys can see my screen, we could just go from here and we'll have a look through, do what we're doing if you want. Can you see my screen?
Hey, Steven.
Yep, go on, carry on. You can see the screen, that's good. Someone was talking, I don't know if you want to ask me something, carry on.
Right now you have your screen open on gold. By any chance, I think I'm getting a shark and it's going to the D leg, and I'm trying to see if I'm doing it right. I believe it's like a bullish shark. Can I just send you my
yeah,
link?
let's go for it. This is exactly what I'm looking to do with you. That perfect. What pair is it on?
Yeah, I'll send you my link. Okay.
Wait. Right, okay. Should I click? What will happen if I click on that? Will that just go to your pattern? Okay, I'll try it.
What? Actually, it is gold. I believe I have it under the 1 hour, and I have a harmonic, and like I said, it's hitting to the D leg right now as we speak.
Right. Okay. Well, I tell you what. Rather than, you know, one thing, right, is like I might be all right trading, but you know, like with all this social media, I'm absolutely useless. Like I just clicked on that link, open a new winner. It's just going to burn me head out, right? So I tell you, we'll work through it this way. If I click on,
I'll tell you what.
Go on.
Right there, just pretty much just clear your screen right now. Your trading view. And show us how you would manage to look for a harmonic.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that
right now.
Okay, so this setup I've got, this has got all my patterns on it, right? And I won't want to be clearing them because I like to keep them, right? So what I'll do is I will move on to this particular one here, right? This was when I've done my video, so we can start fresh on this. I'll go to gold. It'll be a brand spanking new screen because I don't really use it, and then we'll go from there if that's okay. So, right, gold. Here we go. Where is it? There. Right, it should be brand spanking anyway. Thereabouts. Right, get rid of this line. Make it go. Remove. Want to be on the what? 1 hour? You said, yeah. So 1 hour.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And you're saying you've got a shark pattern.
Yes. I believe.
That's cool. Was it bullish or bearish, if you just don't mind me?
Bullish.
Bullish, right, okay. So you're gonna, I'm assuming then you're gonna be looking at something like maybe from here upwards, was it? Something like this. Let's try it. From maybe, see, you're right, okay. So let's start from the start. So
starting right there.
So basically, you always want to be coming to the extremes. You don't really want to be starting your patterns from, say, there when you've got here, look, because this is, hang on, let me just move, get rid of that. If I move this down a touch, look, let's start from here. So you see here, look, this is the patterns, they always start from support or resistance, right? Now, obviously, you could argue this is support, but I'm saying this is a much better support, yeah? Just here. Go on, sorry. Okay.
I started right there at wick.
You start on this wick there. Yep, that's the correct place I would start from as well, because it's proper support there. So I'm assuming you went up to around about here. You come down to here.
Yes.
So you're 6. So we are.
Yeah.
The B leg's not important anyway, as we know. We're up to there now. Yeah, we're in range there. Look. You know, obviously I'm looking at. I can't chase my mouse, but you know where I'm looking. I'm looking there. So we'll come there. We click that. Everything's all good. And I'm going to come down here. Now, I'll just click it here a second, just so I can alter my screen a touch, so you can all see it. Now, so when we're moving down for this D point, all of this matches up fine so far. That's a shark all day long. Now, what we're interested in, if you've ever watched the video, is this point here. This has to be 1.618, yeah? But at the same time as that, this has to fit between the 88.6 and 113. So the way I always do it is I go with this figure first. Now I will move my D point till this figure says 1.618. So we'll do that. We'll do that, right, we'll just leave it there, it's close enough. Now look, this is falling outside the range, look. Can you see that on my screen? 113 is the maximum, and it's 150. That's 115, you know, 0.8. It is a tiny bit outside of the maximum range. You use these two figures to, you know, confluence. Now, you know, you might be able to trade that and get away with it, blah blah blah. But look, just trust me, it's best to just if it don't fit the bill, just get rid of it. There's plenty more trades in the market. Like, we want them to hit the right ratios, because then the mathematics are on our side then, and obviously it makes it a high probability trade. So at the minute, this is, I mean, we could try the cipher pattern. It might be close enough to the top of it. We could try the cipher. I don't think it will be a cipher though, but we'll try it. Oh yeah, it might be. That's it. It could well be a cipher instead. Now this is a much better option. Look now, because obviously the shark was not fitting in the ratios. But if we come to, obviously I'm looking at this number here when I'm moving the D leg. Yeah. Now, so now move that to where it should be 78.6, which is good. Now then, so if we, whenever I get a pattern, then I automatically want to go from my entry and look left, see what's it like over there. Now we can see, look, we've got touches there, touch, touch, touch. So for me, this is a good reversal point. Look, you know, this is almost there. That is actually on it. You can see, you know, all these, put them on there, but you know, all this confluence, all this, it's a likely place for reversal. This is, so we didn't have a sharp pattern, but we've got a cipher pattern. You see what I mean? Look, this it's a good level. Do you see what I mean? So it's a harmonic patterns are high probability reversal patterns anyway. But when we look left all the time, we look left from entry, we see this, and we think price is highly likely going to hit this level and reverse. So yeah, I like that pattern. It's a good pattern. That, I'll be perfectly happy to enter that. What? So okay, so we'll do it live right now. So I'll go about this. So we found that. I look to the left. I see. Yep. I mean, the last thing we want price doing is coming right down here. Yeah. We don't want to be in the crazy drawdown. Now looking at this, we could very well. I mean, most harmonic patterns, you're going to get some type of drawdown with them. I mean, but looking at that like that, look, if we box up that as such, do you know what I mean? It's not a massive amount of pips, that ain't, is it? It's, what is it? Yeah, 4 pips or so, 5 pips, whatever. So I like this pattern. So that said, what we'll do now is we'll just get rid of these because they won't normally be there. Remove them. So at this point, this is how I go on. Yeah, this is exactly what I do. So I want to get the fibs now. I come from the D point up to the C point, and the only reason I put them on like this, yes, they're the wrong way around, but it makes life so much easier when I'm entering a pending order, because my my stop loss is going to go just this side of the 138.2, only just a couple of pips, and my take profit is always going to go to the 618, but I always come this side a slight little bit, only a little bit, just same as entry. When it comes to entry, I will put in the entry just this side of the, you know, the D point, just to make sure the pending order picks it up. You know what I mean? So let's get rid of these again now. So what I'm going to do now then is go to my brand new account, wherever it is, here. All right. Can you? I'm thinking to myself that I bet. Can you see my actual account? Nah. Or you still look at the trading view window? Do I have to share a different?
Still trading view.
Still trading view. Right. Okay. What I'll do is then I'll try and share my account now. So, right. So all I'm going to do, I'll look before I come off the trading view. I'm going to obviously when I just hover this cross, just this side of the entry. Look, you can see the numbers on the right now. And these are the numbers I'm going to key in to obviously my pending order. When I do my take profit, which is always on this 618, I come just this side of it, yeah? Now when I do my stop loss, I go just the other side. Because price is drawn to these levels. You know, and I've had it before, you know, where price will come down. It usually bounces off this level though, the 127.2, and then goes up if it's coming down. But, you know, it has, you know, I don't want my stop loss getting it. It means it might be a big stop loss, yes, but trust me, it's actually more. I think I've done the figures on my trading, and it was on 315 trades, so it's a reasonable sample, and I was like about 93% accurate. So the stop loss might be big, yes, but we're putting it there because it's meant to stop losses. We don't want it to get hit. A lot of the time in trades, you're getting stopped out all the time, blah, 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 blah. No, all my stop loss always goes here, just this side. Same as my take profit always goes just there. Right, so let's see if I can then go to the account now, whether I can share this screen instead. And let's share this. I think maybe there. Can you see the account window now?
No.
Still looking at trading view?
Yes.
Okay. I don't. It keeps coming up with an orange box around it. Maybe it won't share it because of the fact it is like a trading account. I'm not sure, but.
Okay, I see it.
What are you looking at now? What can you see?
Balance 5,000.
Oh, you can see it now. Okay, that's groovy. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. I set this up brand new today. So, the trade we were looking at there was gold, right? So this one, and then basically I'm setting a pending order. It's a buy limit because we're going up, weren't we? Let's just I know I might be dealing with, you know, it just says 5,000 in it. For 5,000, I would put one. I mean, look, it really don't matter what lot size you're using. It's all relative to your account. And as it grows, obviously you grow your lot size. But let's just hypothetically, we'll use a one lot. And then, like I say, I'm coming to here now. I'm going just the other side of entry, 1290.16. Let's have a 1290.16. Take profit would be 1300.96. 1300.96. Stop loss is 1277.09. There's the order. It goes in there, and that's it. I forgot about that now. Just we carry on. We leave it. Some days, I mean, I do this on. Let's just see if we can go back to the trade view. Some days, right? I do well. Some days, every week I do this on Sunday night, Monday morning type thing, and some days they won't activate till Wednesday. I don't know. I need to get to the right screen here again. That's the thing. Technology's going to make me up all day long with this. And some days you know you go through the markets when they open Sunday night, Monday morning, and then you know your orders might not even activate till Wednesday sometimes. Or sometimes you go to bed, you wake up in the morning, the order's activated, it's it take profit, and you wake up richer. It's madness. But I always, absolutely, always use pending orders, just like that, just like what I've done there. So now I've gone through that part at least. Let's share this screen, right screen to share. I don't know if that was clear, or I, you know, go about doing that or not. But has it come back to Trading View yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, cool. So, I mean, did that answer it? You got any questions about that? What I've just done? Or did that explain?
For instance, right now, since you know the direction that it's going more or so, would you enter in that trade? In other words, would you make that sale right now?
Oh, sell it from here to here?
Yes.
No.
Do you do those trades as well, or is it just once it completes?
I do. The only time I would ever trade that from the C to the D is on the cipher pattern, which obviously this is, but I would only ever trade it when it's right up there next to the maximum. See at this 130 here, you know, if we was looking at this market now and price and we was just there, let's pretend all of that has not happened yet. We was there. I still wouldn't trade it because I want the C to D leg to be near its maximum, right there. For the reason being, then I can enter a really tight stop loss, maybe just like 1, 2, 3 pips, and then what I would do is I would trade it then down to the 50%. So I'm doing it as a low risk trade, if you understand where I'm coming from, because I'll be risking like. My stop loss would be just there. Do you see what I mean? And I would hardly be, you know, if I lost the trade, it would cost me next to nothing, but the gains would be massive. The reason for that is because we want high probability trades. We don't want to gamble. You know what I mean? We're trying to predict high probability moves. You know, so we want to make money at the end of the day, don't we? We don't want to have a shot in the dark. Now, the mathematics only become on our side, as it were, when price comes to this D point and activates it, then the harmonic is in play. Then we know if price is here now and activates this, we know from that minute that price activates that, we know there's a very high probability, more than 9 out of 10, that the price is going to this 618 level. It might take a couple of days to do it. It might just do it straight away, but you can pretty much, you know what I mean, put your life on the fact that price is going to go there. As this trade is right now, I've got one for you. I might have deleted it, but nevertheless, I will show you anyway. We'll try and find it. I'm bound to have some on my charts. What I'm trying to say is that before price hits the D point, there's no guarantee what it's going to do. The times where you will have, the times you will, like this, look, this never hit entry. I know it was close, but let's just say it was like that. And it just takes off in the other direction. You just, it's a shot in the dark. Until price actually hits the D point, it could do anything. But we know from the minute that when price does, we know that when price does hit this D point, more often than not, it will go up to the 61.8. So it's all about like playing the maths, really. We're not bursting to get into trades for the sake of getting into trades, because let's go back to, sorry, wrong patterns. Let's go back here, look. We've got, you know, a multitude of other pairs to look through to find a trade. Why risk getting into it here where we don't know what's going to happen? Price could go back up here. It could still go back up and go up to 141. I don't know where that yellow circle's come from. Do one of you like do that? Price could go right back up here. It could literally, price could literally come up here and take this to the 141 to its extreme and come back down. So it's just too risky. So we always wait for entry, only unless we can catch the cipher pattern at the C point at its maximum, if that makes sense. Are you all still with me, guys?
Yes.
You are? Cool. Right. I have an harmonics scanner on it in MT4 and it's showing on the daily gold of Gartley. You know, it probably is. I mean, I could look to find it, but do you know what? When I used to trade with the harmonics scanner, IML's harmonics scanner, I used to lose money. You know, guys, I'm not really that interested in scanners and all, you know, scanners and software and all the rest of it, because I can just do it myself, and I can, man versus machine, man always wins, you know. I'll have a look if you want, but let's see. I've Gartley. I don't like Gartleys anyway, because I'll show you why. Let's have a look here. Got a big massive pattern already. This is the one I was trading right from the start. This was gold, bang on the daily. You are showing a Gartley. Let's get rid of these anyway. So where is this Gartley then? Let's have a look. Get rid of my patterns just because sometimes when you've got patterns on there, they kind of get in the way, don't they, and block your sight, as it were. So, but I don't normally use this chart, but obviously I have used it at some point before. Right, Gartley on the daily. Oh. Perfect your eyes, do it yourself. Okay, so this Gartley then, is it a bullish Gartley or bearish Gartley, or where is it? Let's have a look. Where is it? Like, where is it? Because you see these scanners, they work to different ratios as well. And, you know, I don't necessarily always trust them, to be fair. Let's try. I'll try and find it anyway. Let's have a look. So this is what I do when I'm trying to find patterns, right? If you watch Ray Robinson's videos, he uses Fibonacci to do it. He'll put his fibs on everywhere. I'm thinking it's easier to just click on the tool and just have a play. So I don't know where this Gartley is at the minute. I'm looking for it, and I'm thinking it must be small because it can't be here. But let's just, this is how I go. Look, just click around. Just click around in the screen. 77.8 there. See the B point. I'll just, let me just do this. The B point is always going to show you, this is the B point, what pattern you're looking for. And this is why yesterday I was saying, like on that video, to write them values down, because obviously for a Gartley we are looking for like 61.8. We're looking for a 61.8 B leg. So it's not there. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, it's going to be small, so it's probably going to be around there, isn't it, if I'm looking for it. Get rid of this. Gartley, probably here, is it? Has it already activated this Gartley, by the way? Or is it pending? That's close, 61. Close-ish, but then that's going to break the rules, so it can't be there. I can't see it, you know. Unless it's a bearish one. Even so. Whereabouts is this? If you want to type in, can you see your Gartley pattern? What I'm looking at? Let's have a look. Send me a picture on Telegram. Yeah, go on then, go for it. Let's have a quick look. I can't see it. I'm normally pretty good at finding them as well, but whatever. I'll just have a quick look on Telegram. Oh wow, yeah, that's why I can't find it. That's it's only just gone past the B point at the minute now. I mean, that's seriously seriously jumping the gun, that is. Let me look again. Yeah, I mean, wow. That's in my view, I'll say this. I mean, let me know how this one pans out because I'm interested, but it's got no right to be calling a Gartley here at the minute because it's just way too far down the line. Is it from here? Way too soon, should I say. Talking. It's along them lines. Go back here and look. Yeah, it was from that point, and can't see the B value on it on your picture, but it ain't valid in my view. Anyway, this is the problem with scanners. Look, you see, if this is why I encourage you to just click about like I'm doing, because and then you can start to move. You start to move the A leg, look, and you can see how it alters all the various values. Now I think you're coming from there with it. Unless it's coming from there. Could be coming from there. Let me look one time. No, it's not. It's coming from. No, it's coming from here. And oops, sorry. Your scanner picture is basically bringing the X leg from here, and it's just not valid. Look, because it needs to be at least 61.8, and also how can you say this is going to be an harmonic pattern? We've got nothing to really go on. It's only just hit the B point. It's still got to hit the C, then come to the D, right? So the Gartley pattern would be along the lines of 78.6. I'll just show you how to do it because we're talking about Gartleys. So this would be like a Gartley pattern, but with the Gartley, I don't particularly like the Gartley because it's always an entry zone. So what you have to do is, again, you put the fibs from the D to the C all the times the same. Take profit's going to be up there, entries here. But with the Gartley, right, it's an entry down all the way from the D point down to the 127.2, look, to there. So that's the whole entry zone. So, and then we move the fibs to this side of it to then make us take profit and a stop loss. Now, if I am going to enter the trade for Gartley, then what all the time I'm going like this, I'm putting my entry right down this bottom there, right down the bottom of the zone there, purely for the simple reason being that if price comes down here and comes into this zone and reverses just here, and my entry's here, I've lost nothing. Okay, I've missed the trade, but I've not lost nothing. If you put entry up there, a lot of the time you'll find it will come and it will come down here, and then you're in a ton of drawdown. And obviously you always have to move your fibs to the extreme of where it's gone to. So every time, if this was how you were set up to enter a Gartley trade, for example, let's move that out of the way, and you think it's going to come there to there. Now at the minute, the take profit is what? Obviously it's on the daily chart as well, so it's massive. It's like 371 pips away, right? Exactly. So 371 pips. So this zone where the Gartley can reverse is almost 300 pips itself, 322 pips. Now you can't, and if you enter here, the chances are you're going to get stopped out of this trade in a big way, because price is going to, it's a zone. So I will always set my, if you look on IML's harmonics scanner, there'll be two entries. There'll be one there, and they'll also have a second entry down there. There'll always be two entries on a Gartley. It's because it's a zone what you're entering. So the zone's that big. In this case, it's loads of pips. It's like 300 pips. So I would set my entry on the very edge of this zone, purely so I don't end up in a ton of drawdown. Do you know what I mean? Because you have to move the fibs down there as well. And then let's have a look. So I'll take profit. It's 524 pips away doing it like that. But if we went to there, it's only 240 odd pips away, but we've also got the potential for 300 pips drawdown. This is why I don't like Gartleys. But let's just say hypothetically, right, because I don't enter many trades off the daily time frame for this reason. They're massive. Do you know what I mean? I mean, can your account handle 300 pips drawdown? You know what I mean? It's huge. But anyway, so when you've got the entry zone like this, anyway, so what I would normally do again, I will always look left, and I will try and work out where we think price is going to reverse. And in this instance, I would put a zone there for myself, you know, looking at this. So basically, I'd move my pattern to there, like that, in the case of the Gartley, if that makes sense. Really, I mean, guys, the daily time frame is just way too big. I mean, I don't know how it gets this is going to be a Gartley. This is just, for me, I mean, I don't know. You can't be calling an harmonic pattern until we've at least hit the C leg. And even then, a lot of them don't work. I mean, if I showed you my regular account, I've got a great list of trades I've put in. You know, not all of them. Because we might find that the pattern, you know, this will go up and hit the C point and start to come there. So we think to ourselves, right, okay, we've got a Gartley pattern. We'll enter the pending order. But, you know, maybe 50, 60% of the pending orders we enter don't even activate. This is why we don't enter the trade up here. We always wait for it down there. Anyway, I hope I got that across, okay? So, I should remove the indicator. What's my favorite harmonic pattern, Stephen? Can you go over your scalp harmonics? Yes, I will. Right, we need to find my favorite pattern. I don't really mind, you know. I do dislike the Gartley purely because of what I've just been showing you there. It's not precise. It's not precise. So I don't like the Gartley pattern. And aside from that, you know, I don't mind. Go on. So we could do with finding a trade that's live at the minute, so I can show you about this scalping business. It's one of them I've kind of got to show you, not tell you. I mean, I've not looked at the markets all day, so I mean, if we've got any patterns that are like on the verge of activating, does anybody know? Let's go and find one. So when I'm looking for patterns, I will. Let's go to the hourly time frame anyway. That might have been a crab, but that's made it wrong. Okay, let's carry on moving on. That might be a pattern. Let's have a look. We would have missed entry on it though, but I just want to try and show you this power scalp. Let's have a look. From here down to here. No, that's not one. At least I don't think so. I'll just move this to here, try from here. So this is why I encourage you to draw your patterns yourself. Look, you can move them about like this. And if you get the figures wrote down on the sheet, you can see what values you've got. This is not an harmonic pattern though. I mean, basically, this is how I do it. I mean, obviously, you're looking for sort of like, you're looking for like W patterns and M patterns, obviously. And if you just use the tool on Trading View and just have a click about and, find them that way. It's kind of how I do it. Okay, let's try this. See these crazy impulse legs, these crazy impulse moves yesterday will have messed a lot of harmonic patterns up for us because it just sends things off in a crazy direction. Yeah, all right, let's try this. So I encourage you all to just have a click around. All right, so always starting at support resistance and always following the market to the lowest point, which is there, look. And then we follow the market again. You've always got to follow the market. Follow the market, follow the market to the highest point there, the B point. Click, and then follow the market again. Just follow the market to the low point. You can't just put your C point there, look. You can't just do that because you're missing out this piece of the market. You know what I mean? You're skipping it, aren't you? Like that never existed because you're just jumping straight from there to there. You've always got to follow the market, so the natural place to go to is here. That makes sense. We know it's not broke past the A leg, look, it's within range, that's good. We're looking at 67, 67.1, so I mean that's within the Gartley cipher and crab territory. We know it's not a cipher because that would be down here if it was. So we can rule that one out. So it could be the Gartley or a crab. Now, when it's a crab pattern, when it's less than 70%, I tend to find they complete at like 127.2. So I would contend if that's going to be an harmonic pattern, that's what's going to happen. Like that. I mean, the crab D, the completion, the D point is between 127.2 and 161. Now, when it's less than 70% though, I will always go with that, the 127 completion D point. When it's over 70, then I'll go up to the 161.8. 161.8. like that. But I mean, so really what I would be looking to do now, if this was me now, I would go 127.2 there like that, look. And then again, I'll put my fibs on it like that. And then I would go ahead and set a pending order on that. And it's always the same entries there. Stop losses up there, take profits there. When was you going to ask something? So I'll look at some of the questions. So you would suggest looking for patterns on the 15-minute and 1 hour time frame? Yep, absolutely, because anything, I mean, I do look for them on the 4 hour, don't get me wrong, but patterns on the 4 hour time frame will take a long time to play out. You know, sometimes you, obviously every 4 hours, isn't it? So, you know, you can find a pattern on a Monday morning and it won't complete till the next Monday morning. Do you know what I mean? So I do always try and keep it down to the 15 minutes and the 1 hour time frame, purely so I'm finding trades that are going to happen in the, you know what I mean, in the next day or two, if you know what I mean, if you know where I'm coming from.
Hey, Steven.
Yeah.
What made you decide to trade specifically harmonic patterns? Was it a trial by error? Did you try different techniques, or was it just how did you make the decision to just trade harmonic patterns?
Right. Okay. So I'll be honest with you. It's simple as this, right? You know, for all the studying that I've done on the markets, right, looking at the markets, right, let's get rid of this right now. Hang on 1 minute. I'll answer your question, but let me just remove this. Right, for all the tea in China, right, I could not tell you now what is going to happen in this market. If you put a gun to my head, is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? I just don't know. You know, this is where you want to talk to somebody like Troy or, you know, Jay, because I mean, price is there. Price is right here, right now. And is it going to go higher? Is it going to go lower? And I put my hand on my heart and tell you, I've not got a clue. But with harmonic patterns, they give you a sense of direction in the market. Let's just say this was an harmonic pattern right now. There. We could safely say that we know what it helps you to understand what's going to happen. Price is going to do that. Without harmonic patterns, I would lose a fortune and I wouldn't be able to trade, is the honest answer. I don't see it as not being good enough to trade because I'm making money in the markets. I found a way to do it. I don't understand trading without them, if that helps. Is somebody asking something? If you was asking a question there, whoever that was, can you just speak up a little bit, please? Because I didn't hear it. Did that answer your question about why I trade harmonics, by the way? They give you a sense of direction in the market. It gives you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
Because I mean, basically, right. Obviously, I've traded them for a little while now, and I've got complete faith in them. You know, 9 out of 10 times the reverse, and they hit to take profit. Now, without that, if we had to enter a trade right now and we couldn't use harmonic patterns, I swear to you guys, I'd be lost. I don't know. And this is what I mean sometimes for all the teachings on IML, and I know there's no right or wrong way to trade, it's whatever works, but it's just so, I don't know, just so complicated. I don't get it. Without harmonic patterns, I don't get it. With harmonic patterns, I get it. It just allows me to understand what's happening, you know? I think they're great. If you took them away from me, I just wouldn't be able to trade. I'd lose money. Without a shadow of a doubt, I would lose money. Anyway, let's carry on looking around. See if we can't find something. So I want to try and show you this scalping, but I am looking at all these markets. Like I say, I've not got anything planned. If any of you know of a pattern that's about to activate or anything like that, we'll look at it. That might be one. Let's have a look. We come from the support and resistance all the time. We'll go up to the highest point, click, follow the market, and come to the lowest point. Now, either there or there would count as a B leg for this. Well, I know that that's going to make it a back pattern, so entry would be shorter than this, so it's not that. So let's try this, because that will make it a Gartley pattern. And we can come there, and we'll see where we are at. So if I go to the 78.6 there, open it. Right. Nah, it's not Gartley either. Could be a crab. Yeah, it is a crab pattern. I think. Right, perfect then. So this is a crab pattern. So I'm just looking for a pattern that's underway. So here we are. We've got one. This is a crab pattern, and it's hit entry. Look, and it's off. It's going. So what we want to do now. Let's assume that we got this entry, because I wouldn't enter this trade because I've missed it. Simple as that. But let's assume that we haven't missed it and we're good. So we put the fibs on, bang. We know that our take profit is here, right? Sorry, mate, do you want to say again?
Charging system and issue. So, taking a look, is about opinions of people charge.
Hey, Stephen, you knew it was a bat or crab, whatever, just based on the fibs, on where with the ending point?
Yep.
Okay. And then you're always taking it to the 61.8.
No, the reason why you know what pattern you're looking for, look, is this B leg there. The B leg, the value of the B leg, which is this here, look, will always let you know what pattern you're looking for. That figure there.
You faded out. Can you say that one more time?
This figure there, look, which is the B leg value. Yeah, this one there will always let you know what pattern you are looking for. Depending on what this is, we'll tell you what pattern. What I've done a video on it. I just remember, so you can see whereabouts it was again. I think it was here. It will always let you know what pattern you're looking for. Then you know where the completion point is. I can't remember which chart it was on. I have got a video on it though, where they're all listed down, and I would advise that you write that down. Write them down. Hang on, let's have a look.
Okay.
Bear with me a second, if you don't mind, and I will. Right. So if I could share this screen. Can you see a different screen now?
Yes.
Yes. Well, this is one of the videos. Look, it's only 4 minutes long. And basically, it's all about the B leg, look. And for the different patterns, they have different percentage values. Now, I would recommend that you just go to this video. It's on my channel, and then you can write these down and have them on a piece of paper, you know, at the side of your computer or however you trade, because the cipher pattern. It's hard for me to keep flicking through while I'm on this Zoom call, but I will change patterns in a minute. But if it's a cipher pattern, look, it'll be a 38.2 or a 50%. But you know that the cipher pattern completes 78.6.
Okay.
Butterfly 78. If you want the hack for the harmonic patterns is all about this B leg. Let me just go back to the charts we was on. It's all about the B leg, and that lets you know what pattern you're looking for. Let me share that. Bang.
Okay.
Yeah, if that makes sense.
And Stephen, that's you said that's under your video, not Ray Robinson. It's under you.
Yeah, it's under me. Yeah, it's So back to this chart. Look, it says. I forgot what chart was even on there. The video is called like, "Hack for Harmonic Patterns" or something like that. It mentions the word "hack" in it. HACK. Where's that pattern gone? I've even forgot what pair we was even on then. But we found that crab. I was going to show you the our scalp, the patterns, which I don't even know which pair it was on.
GBP AUD.
Ah, sweet. Thank you very much. So I'm never normally saying much of a scatterbrain. It's just I'm trying to. Obviously, I'm not a teacher. Do you know what I mean? So just doing this kind of is daunting. Right. So here we are. Look. Right. Let's say we entered this trade. Bang, and we're off and running. So how I would scalp it would be this simple, right? Is 90% of the time when prices at entry, we know that ultimately it's, well, we're fairly certain it's going to go and hit this area, right? So, I mean, we might get price might mess about while it's doing it. You know, you might get this sort of thing happen, but ultimately it's going to go and hit that area, right? So, bearing that in mind, I will put an entry in down here when it ends, you know, obviously at the entry point. And then what I'll do is I will enter again and scalp it. The minute that the numbers get big, I will take the profit and just wait for it to retrace and just keep buying. As long as you're always buying, i.e. you're going in the direction of take profit and never going against it, all right? Never, ever going against it. Even if you get it wrong, I'll show you now. I'm going to go do it now. This GBP AUD. If we can just remember what the pattern, what the chart looks like, we'll just do it like blindly in this. And I'll show you what I mean. So let's share this. I see. I don't know if it's this one or not, what I'm sharing. So, can you see the MetaTrader, the trading screen now? Or are you still looking at Trading View?
We can see MetaTrader.
Right, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Sweet. So, how I would do it is like this. So it was a buy when I'll just do it. Let's just buy. Right, so now we're in the trade, right?
You're in UJ now, though, right? Not GA.
Oh shit! Sorry. Oh, language. Sorry. Yeah. Oh no, there. I'm GBP on a GBP AUD. Look, that was the right one, wasn't it? Yeah. Right. So let's look at the numbers. Can you see the numbers? Yeah. So we know. I'm hoping that it's going to be kind to us anyway. So I'll enter again just so I can show you what I'm doing, right? So as well, because I would bear in mind I would have an order, I would have an entry on from the entry point of the harmonic pattern, yeah? So what I'm doing now is I'm not bothered about the candlesticks, I'm not looking at the chart. All I care about now is these numbers here, right? I know pretty much that it's going to go up in the direction of TP1. If you demo harmonic patterns, guys, right, you will learn to have faith in the harmonic patterns like I've got faith in them. More than 9 out of 10 times, that pattern will take profit one. It might go in a bit of drawdown first. It might mess about. It could take an hour to do it. It could take a day to do it, or even a week. But it will go to take profit one. More than 9 out of 10 times. So what I'm looking to do is basically we're on a slow time in the markets right now. I mean, like this is you can see what's happening. Look, the candle's retracing, and these figures are going against me. Look, it's minus whatever, but I'm not scared because I know that the market's going to come back to me because it's going to take profit one. Do you see what I mean? Now, the minute one of these figures come to an acceptable level, say if it goes to £200, I'll collect it, bang. But then what I'll be doing is I'll be looking at the other set of figures. Now, when they go big again, I will re-enter that position again. It's hard for me to explain I'm trying to do like an example for you, but the market's really slow, in it. You can see, look, nothing's moving. We get a new candle now. Let's see if it changes. Oh, look, yeah, it's got way worse. Look, can you see? The market's gone way worse. Now, I mean, we'll move on. We'll talk about something else. We'll come back to this in a little while. But I'm not scared about that. I'm really not concerned at all because I know that the market, it will come back to me because it just will. The maths are on my side. It's what happens. No need to freak out. All of a sudden, look, it's getting better already. You know what I mean? The thing is, it's like that. You've got to stop being scared of the markets, right? And this is why I trade harmonic patterns for. Because harmonic patterns, they give you a sense of direction. They allow me to be confident. It's not a shot in the dark. Do you know what I mean? I know that the maths are on my side, seriously. So, I mean, I've entered that trade just totally willy-nilly there. I wouldn't have done that normally, but I'm just trying to prove a point that we'll carry on talking throughout the evening. And I would say that at some point throughout our chat, these will go into profit. And then I'll collect it. I only collect one of them, though. And then when the numbers get big and daft again, when it brings me in drawdown, I will re-enter it again. And that might sound crazy. You don't get taught anywhere. But you know the amount of times the trades go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I swear, you end up making a fortune more so than what you would make off the actual initial trade. I think if we just carry on talking and move through pairs and try and find a few of these, because I would like a live example to show you. But already, look, you can see how the numbers are ranging around as we're talking. I mean, this is like minus 108 at the minute. It has been like minus 50 on it. Or my point being is, if this, you've got to understand now, that's minus £110. If this was to go down to naught, well, that's £110 I could have had in my account if only I'd have entered, you know, like a scalpy trade. Now, okay, let's do that. Look, let's do it like this. So that is minus £106. Yeah. So let's enter another buy. I'm just trying to show you what oh, the spread's too big. It's got stupid. So yeah, it's not working out. We're in the evening, aren't we? But normally the spread on that would be like, say, £10 or something, and I'd be in a much. It's hard for me to get my point across. Do you understand what? We've entered these free trades anyway, right? We'll just move on from here, and because I need like the live example to show you what I mean. But even if that was my real account with real money, I swear I just won't be scared because price is going to hit there. You know what I mean? So I'm just not bothered about that drawdown. It don't faze me at all. I don't know. It's a case of just this is all about the mindset, you know, guys. It is about the mindset. Now, this all filters back into what, you know, I was asked earlier about why do you trade harmonics? It's precisely this reason. It gives me confidence. It gives me confidence to not be concerned about drawdown, because the pattern's on my side. That means the mathematics are on my side, which means these will give me a profit. These will give me a profit, I promise you. Let's just move on from here and carry on talking, asking other questions, doing other stuff, and we'll come back to them in a little while when they will give profit. It's just as simple as that. Can you see the trading view again now?
No, still MetaTrader.
Okay.
Yeah, trading view.
Trading view, right? Cool. And this, you know, I get it. Obviously, I get loads of emails and that. Steve, show us how to do it. Steve, help me, please. Blah blah. And you know what? I would love to, and I really would, and I would, and I would, and I would. But it's so hard to try and to give the live examples. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I'm not a teacher. I'm trying my best to, you know, to get things across to you or whatever. But anyway, so what do you want? What do you want to know? What else do you want to know? Could you please go over entries? How many harmonic patterns is there? Entries. Well, right. So it's kind of imperative you get yourself a sheet. I mean, I've got one. Hang on, is it just here? This is. I'll post this in. I'll post the sheet in the Telegram group. It's kind of imperative that you get yourself a sheet with the different values on it. You know, I'm not saying this is the only difficult bit about harmonic patterns, right? And it's not even that difficult, because get yourself a sheet, print it off, or have it on a separate screen, just whatever, draw it out if you have to, and write the values down. Just get yourself a copy of one of the cheat sheets with the harmonic values on there. I mean, I tried to make it as easy as I could with that video where the harmonic values are there with the B point, and get yourself a copy of that, because you have to know these. It don't take long, guys, and they become second nature to you. I mean, it's like I know them all off by heart. Once you've got that sheet, you can just come into your trading view and have a play about. You know, post the patterns in the Telegram group. Look, don't be afraid to get it wrong either, because getting it wrong is how we learn. I mean, there's a few guys in there now that trade harmonic patterns. You know, I'm sure that, you know, I will always, you know, put you right. Steve, what do you think to this? You know, etc., etc. But you've got to have the sheet with the values on there. And then when it comes down to the entries, apart from the Gartley pattern, see, I started out doing this. I would trade the harmonic patterns with the fixed entry points, you know, such as the bat pattern, the cipher pattern. I started off on those two, to be honest with you, because they have a fixed entry. Like this, the crab pattern, that's pretty much fixed as well. And it has reversed bang on it as well, can it? If you can see. So it's all about, you've got to get the sheet with the values, and obviously it's the X to the D value there, which is where to put your D point. And then that's where you enter. I always set my entries just a little bit this side to make sure the orders get picked up, because there's nothing worse when price comes all the way down to you there, goes and it hasn't picked your order up. It's not good. Right, so that was what I was reading out there. Right, so what would my stop loss from a scalping position be? I don't use one. Again, this is where I become reluctant. What I'm doing is successful. It works without a doubt. It works so fantastically well. I am amazed myself. But it's where I get a bit concerned, because I will enter the trade and I'll put my stop loss in for the trade. Yeah, that's that. But when it comes to the scalping side of things, I don't use one. I will enter the trade when, I'll try and show you in a second, but I I need a trade to play ball, if you know what I mean, to start ranging about like they normally do. And I'll show you. I literally don't bother with stop loss because, say like this here, look, once the trade's underway like this, it's absolutely I'd almost put my life on it. There is no way that, well, no way, it's very, very tiny that this is going to happen. And it go totally the wrong way. Bang. Now, when the harmonic patterns fail, they tend to literally just sail straight past entry, which is only like less than 1 in 10 times. Provided you've got these ratios right, you can more or less bank on it. You know, you'll get less than 1 in 10 that will fail. And when they do fail, they tend to come just straight past. So once you've got price reversing, you know what I mean? It's like, well, since I've been doing this, I've not entered a scalping trade, and how will I put it? You know, had my head kicked in, for want of better words. I've not entered a scalping trade, and it's just gone against me and miles down there and totally blew my account to bits or anything like that. In fact, this is our harmonic patterns role, and this is what once you can get the faith in this, things change. This is why I would suggest demo it, right? So you can get the faith, because it's getting the faith that's important. Because what could well happen, I mean, this happens a lot, where you get this like that, it's gone up there, it might come down there, look, past entry. Now you're in drawdown. You might do that, and do that, and do that, but then it'll go bang. Do you see what I mean? No, but when price comes down here and it goes past entry, and you're in drawdown, this is where you sit at your computer, right, and you burn your head out because you're looking at it. You're frightened because you don't understand it. So you think the market's coming against you. Is it going to stop? Is it going to blow my account? I mean, I've had it all. I swear to God, I've been there, guys. I've had the market terrorizing me, and it's frightening. It's not nice. But once you start to get faith in these patterns, you know that when it comes down there, it's okay, because it's, you know, I'll go to bed and leave them. Me, just go to bed or go out, because it will come back. You know, I mean, I should have, when you know it comes against you, you don't want to blow your account. You know, you minus whatever, and you close the trade. Or what will happen is you'll sit here through all the terror of the drawdown, right? Because I know, because I've been there, right? Seriously, I'm laughing about it now, but it was not funny at the time. You go through all the terror of the drawdown. Boo, boo, boo. The minute price comes back to entry, so it's gone back to naught, you think, I'm not standing that no more. I can't cope. My nerves won't cope, and you close the trade. So now you've been in the trade for a day. You've been in drawdown and terrorized. The minute it's got back to entry, right, you closed it, and just like that, big massive deep breath. You're happy to like close the trade out, make no money, but not lose no money. And then only to watch price go bump straight up to there. If you stand there watching your trades, it will terrorize you, because they never hardly go straight up. You know, a typical trade is like this all of the time. This is why I started scalping for. A typical trade's like, you know, this is how they go in reality. This is kind of how it is. They're up, they're down, they're up, they're down, they're up, they're down. You know what I mean? And then do that. So I was thinking to myself, well, I was sick of watching myself go £50 in profit, no pounds in profit, minus £10. £50 in profit, no pounds in profit. So I was thinking, that's all money left on the table. So when price starts to do that, when it's here, I'll buy it, sell it, buy it, sell it. Yeah, but what? And they'd be like, but what time frame do you use? And what do you get? How do you get involved in the market? I don't use time frames, candlesticks, all of that, irrelevant. I look at the money. Seriously, look at the money. When the money becomes good, cash it in. Back to this trade, what we was on earlier. It's still not there yet, but I mean, it's like already that was getting bigger, and it's only minus £20. One of them is. I'm hoping it'll come right in live time, so I can show you what I do. And look, guys, they don't teach this right. I'm sure people at IML would have a fit like what I'm saying, but I've made 100,000 quid in less than 12 weeks, in about 11 weeks. I'm not even lying. This is totally like God's honest truth. I was losing money at Christmas. Don't leave the profits on the table. Trust the harmonic pattern is what I'm saying. Enter a trade for the harmonic pattern. It will hit there. And then what we can do is, I think this one might have gone into profit already. Let me look. No, it's close. £20. And then literally just scalp it. Any more questions or anything? Here we go. I'll share the MetaTrader screen now because I think we're about in profit thereabouts. So we're about to share MetaTrader. Share. It was. It's just gone to £10 now. Can you see the MetaTrader screen?
Yes.
Yeah. That was just £8 a minute ago, and now it's gone to 73 minus. Oh, sod's law. This is why it's so hard to teach what I do, because we're gonna have to have all the patience in the world waiting for it to sort its life out. But anyway, but this is giving the example. Look, can we see our prices moving about? Look, so much all the time. You must know this, how it does this. Look, £5. Look now, see that? If that went positive, I would take the money. I'm just waiting for that to just go positive, take the money. I mean, what we could do is, look, let's pretend that was a profit, this middle one there, right? It's minus £3. Let's pretend that's in profit, £20, £30 or whatever. It probably would go in profit, actually. Yeah, let's do it. There, look, bang, take the money. Oh, shit. Sorry, language. There, look, £25.
Yeah, £33.
Collect. That's what I want to collect that. I don't even know what's happening with this. It collect, close, yeah. Close it. And this one. Close this one. Close. Right, so that's what we've done there. So we have made, right, in what we're doing. Let's just get rid of this. So right now, look, with that, we have made what we made. We've made, like, say, £30 or whatever, yeah? £40 there, look. We've made £48. This is still minus. So now what I'm doing is I am purely looking at this figure now as to when I'm going to re-enter. What I'll do is I will set up my entry again. Look, I'll get it ready. Get the screen ready. I don't know if you can see that, but they're ready for this trade. But it's not going to play ball. It's just making us money. So in this case, we don't mind. We're just making money, look. I mean, we can either leave it. I don't like to leave big profits on the table, though. I like to take the money, you know. Like now, let's just take it for the sake of taking it, just to show you what I mean. Let's collect that. And here we go, as simple as that. We just made £72. But what I normally would do is, when I'm looking at these numbers here, the money, if that money would have gone to minus 100 again, I would have entered another position. Bang. It would have come back to no, you know, it would have put me in profit. I would take the money all the time. Take the profit, take the profit, take the profit. Take the profit, take the profit, take the profit. If that makes sense. Just keep taking the profit. Don't let it retrace away. Let's get back to trading view. Can you see the trading view again now? But I mean, I know it was only a demo account there, but this, and I would enter at the entry point there, but can you see how much confidence I've got? Because it's at entry, this harmonic, we're on an harmonic pattern, it's at entry. Like, trust me guys, it is going to there. And that's just facts. It just is. I've just no confidence in it. And it's that confidence that allows me to just be okay with being in drawdown, to not freak out, to be able to go out. I mean, I'll go out for lunch, leave the trade. I'm not bothered. I'll go to bed. It's only purely because I've built up the confidence through just keep using the patterns, and you see the the mathematics for yourself.
So Stephen, you would scalp that as long as it was under, if it went back down to the D, as long as it was under the 61.8 or the 0.618, then you would scalp it.
I would keep on scalping it, right? So long as the harmonic pattern's in play. So basically from this point, look, to this point, then it's fair game. I will scalp it in that range all of the time, but I will always have a trade on and leave one trade. I will enter twice, if you understand what I mean. When the pattern hits entry just here, I will enter two positions. I will leave one of them to hit the take profit, but then one of them, the minute that money gets to reasonable money, right, and that's up to you lot to decide, whatever's reasonable money, whatever you think, yep, that's a decent amount of money, I'm happy with that, collect it. Yeah, and then what you'll find is, let's just use hypothetical figures. Let's just say we enter the trade here, two positions, bam, bam. It goes up to £100, or let's say $100. Let's talk $100, right? So you think, yep, I'm happy with that. You collect the $100, collect. Now, price comes back a little bit, and what I do is I look at the trade that you've left on, because you would have had two trades, wouldn't you? Both saying $100 profit. Yeah. You collect one of them, and then I look at the numbers on the other one all the time. Now, if that $100 goes, all of a sudden comes down to like $20, I will enter another position. Bang. Then when that goes back up to $100, my new trade will be $80, wouldn't it? So I'll collect it again. Collect. And then price will come back again. It might come down to $30 or $40 this time. I'll enter another position. Enter. And then if price comes back to minus $50 and the other one said minus $70, I'm not bothered. I'm not concerned, because I know I'm always doing it in the direction of take profit one. I'm never going to get in a mess, because the trade's going to come back to me and hit take profit one. You've seen it there for your very own eyes earlier, didn't you? There was like, I entered them 3 positions, just Noah, and they was like minus $200, weren't they, at one point? We made $78. It will come back to you, because don't start doing this in the market just anyhow. It's because we're always working under the umbrella of the harmonic pattern, and we know that the mathematics are on our side, that chances are 9 out of 10 times price is going to go from the entry to the take profit one. So anything as long as we draw our pattern strictly to the criteria, and we make sure that all of the numbers match up, so we've got a valid harmonic pattern, that's the part that we'll be disciplined with. And then what we do in this range here now, where price is now, we can be very undisciplined. We could be very undisciplined, because we know that what's going to ultimately happen. What's going to ultimately happen, price is going to hit this level. It might take till like Friday to do it, but it will do it. You know what I mean? And this allows me to be undisciplined. So I'm very undisciplined once I'm inside the harmonic pattern, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do. I understand. And do you trade at a certain time? Like, are you overseas, like the London market, or does it matter?
I just look for harmonic patterns, and when I find them, I put in my pending orders, and they will activate when they activate. Whether they activate in London, whether they activate in New York or Japan, I don't really care. I mean, many a times I will set some pending orders. What I tend to do, this time of night, or it's the afternoon for you guys, I guess, yeah. This type of time when all the markets are closed. I mean, New York's closed now. Australia's not open yet, so it's a quiet time. So this is the time when I'll start to look for patterns in the market, yeah? And I will then, every pattern I find, I will set a pending order. So many a time I'll go to bed, and then I'll wake up the next day. I mean, sometimes I don't even know that a pattern activated. A pattern will activate and it take profit all while I've been asleep. And I just got more money in my account. I just didn't even know that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm not concerned about any of the sessions. I really don't care. It's all about harmonics, I mean, people might say the market's a bullish market, a bearish market, or this, that. But I don't care. I just work to harmonic patterns, and I strictly just work to harmonic patterns, and I've just got so much faith in them, and I just do the same thing over and over again. and I'm not, you know, sometimes they might not never activate. Price might just carry on down there and it never, I mean, not even make it. Price might, sorry, just, you know, go up before it gets there. But that, I've lost nothing, so I'm not concerned. There's plenty of patterns there. Once you get your eyes tuned into drawing them, there is trades everywhere. So I just find harmonic patterns, put pending orders in, and then just go about my day, go about my business. When I am sat at the computer, however, any of the harmonic patterns that are in play, I will sit there scalping them. And I do make more money scalping them than I do from the actual pattern itself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I would suggest try it on demo. Just demo it, right? And this is purely so because you need to get to a state where you've got faith in the patterns, like I've got faith in the patterns. Because if you haven't, you know, a lot of the time you will get a bit of drawdown. And the trick is there to just let them play out, to just leave them. Look, see, if you freak out and close a trade out, or you think, oh, that's too much of a big stop loss, let's put my stop loss just here. Well, the chances are your stop loss was probably going to get hit. And when your stop loss gets hit, obviously you're losing money, aren't you? You've lost the trade. So you've got to try and avoid that, you know. Your stop loss is there. It's down there. This is where I always put it. It only ever gets hit when it's going to carry, when the market's going to carry on going. It's very rare. I mean, how many times have you been in a trade where it'll hit your stop loss and then go boom the other way? And you think, you swine, why did you do that? You know what I mean? It's almost like the market's picking on you. It's not. It's just kind of like where we put the stop loss. I just find this system works. It gives you a risk to reward of 1-to-1. Your risk is as much as your reward, but 9 out of 10 of these patterns will it take profit. So really and truly, you've kind of almost on like a 9 or 10-to-1 risk, really, risk to reward. So.
Okay.
So yeah, and it really is. It's so simple. It's like I just don't complicate it any more than I just do the same thing over and over and over and over. Find the patterns, put the pending order on, it'll trigger, and then if I'm around, I will sit there scalping it. If I'm not and I'm going out about my day, I'll just go about my day, just not be concerned. It gives you a sense of direction in the market, and it allows you to have faith. It does me anyway, and it does work. I mean, and the more and more faith you get with it, the more and more you just leave your trades to do the thing. And this is how you make money in the market. Well, this is how I've been making money in the market. So, what's Yusuf saying? Yusuf saying he's already in this one and he don't want it to fail. I'll just read the chat a little minute, see what people are saying. I saw many times price going down and I left the trade, and after some time the trade at TP. I swear this is true. This is the one thing you've got to just let your trades do what they do. There is only 2 ways that you're going to exit this trade. One, the price is going to take profit, or it's going to hit your stop loss. If it hasn't done either of them 2 things, just leave it. You know, I know that the hardest thing is when you're learning to trade, right? You just want to trade all the time, don't you? You're mad for it. You just want to. I mean, like, I didn't grow up in, you know, blessed with money or anything. You know, I mean, I grew up quite poor, so I get it, right? You know, for anyone out there that's struggling, and all you want to do is change your life, and then you start to trade, and it gets under your skin. It's almost like a bug. All you want to do is just trade every waking hour. Just trade. I want to find trades. And when you get over that point, and almost like you're sick of losing, and you get sick of it. So you don't want to trade every waking hour. You know, once you step back from that, that's when things start to click into place for you. Do you know what I mean? It's a crazy thing. It's a roller coaster, an emotional roller coaster. I mean, Jesus, I've pulled my hair out many a times through this. I'm telling you. But anyway. So does it matter what time?
And Steve, what?
Go on.
Oh, I thought I heard someone else. On your video, is it called shark pattern, or what's it called? Your video.
Yeah, I basically left that. Yeah, that one. I just was showing you that shark pattern, but I have left. I left them ratios up on pretty much all the videos, but the one you want is, I believe, let me just look. It's called Harmonic Pattern Hack.
Okay.
And if you write those values down, just write them, or I'll post a couple of cheat sheets into Telegram when we've done this or something. You just have them by you, write them down, copy them, just have them accessible. It don't take you long to start to memorize them. Do you know what I mean? And they become second nature in the end. But obviously, you need them in the first place.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool, no problem. Can I ask you, who am I talking to, by the way?
This is Lavanya.
Right, it's cool. I just want to
my
put.
husband's account, Scott.
I want to put I'm just putting voices to names. I've chatted to people through, typing for weeks now. I just wanted to do it once. That was all. It's cool.
Right. Yeah. So when I send a message, it comes from Scott Heisel, but my name is Lavanya.
Okay.
I just have my account under my husband.
Cool, man. That's cool. Cool.
I appreciate it.
No problem. Right. So, I make a lot of money. Right. So I'm just reading the chat, speaking out loud. What's anyone got to say? Anyone else want to ask anything? Right. Let's click this link. It's valid.
I got one more question. On TradingView, do we have to have like the prime in order to use the harmonics on there?
Do you have to have what? Sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Do you have to have like the prime or the advanced? What I don't know.
No. You can have a standard account, just standard account. The tool's just over. Can you see my TradingView screen now? The tool is just over here. Look, there's two tools. Look, you've got one for all of the patterns, yeah, and then the one below, look, is for the cipher pattern because the cipher pattern's different to all of the others. So if it's going to
show me again, I was moving around.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Can you see that?
Yes.
The cipher pattern's different to all of the other patterns. I'll show you the reason why it's different is, hang on. The reason why it is different is, how can I do it? Let's move to an empty space. A normal pattern, you would go, let's just do a normal pattern, for example. Now what it is, when you put the, because you can do all these by Fibonacci basically, and to get this level there would be, look, between the A to you put the fibs between the A level to the X there, and that gives you that's 116, look, which is about right, yeah. This is how it works. If you want to, you also get that by going, you get the value. And I'm waffling on now. Wait there. Forgive me. I'm rambling. So the cipher pattern is different in the sense of what happens is with the cipher pattern, it's something like this. Let's say the fibs. When you put the fibs on, to get the various fib levels on a pattern, you have to move it to different places. Like you fib out, say, the X to the A leg, which then gives you this value of it. There's no need to use it really anyway, because you can just use these tools. I'm probably just complicating things. I'm going to burn your head out. I'm sorry for that. But with the cipher, you basically put the fibs on in one place, and that accounts for this D leg there. That's at like 138.2. Look at the minute, which says it there. I mean, I think I'm just complicating issues for you. I mean, to be honest, by going through that, you're better off if the cipher pattern. There's only two patterns. You can see the difference in these. Look, there's only two patterns where the C leg which breaks past the A leg, comes down there. Most of the time, look, the C leg is shorter than the A leg. Yeah, you see that. There's only two instances where the C leg, sorry, comes past the A leg like that long, and that is the sharp pattern and the cipher pattern. Now, what happens is,
okay,
it's the sharp pattern first, And when you get to the maximum range for the sharp pattern, it turns into a cipher pattern. The cipher pattern has a more, the sharp pattern would look, right, okay. The sharp pattern would look like that, say, for example, look, can you see that's just a little bit? Where the cipher pattern looks more like that. Do you see? Like one's bigger than the other long. You know, if
Okay.
you put them next to each other like that, look, you see? The cipher pattern is the biggest C leg below, if that makes sense.
Got it.
But that's a different tool. So it's right there, look, anyway. There's two tools, one for the cipher, then one for all of the other patterns.
Okay.
Cool. Delete these. I mean, I suppose I'll have a look through the market, see if we can find any patterns or something.
Hello, I have one question.
Go on.
From the UK as well, so I've got the same accent as you. Well, not so much because I can hear your Skegness accent. Just one question. So when you started, did you go to Ray Robertson's video, or did you go to Ray Robertson on IML? Which one did you find much more helpful?
Well, basically, I was in IML at the time, and I used to watch Ray Robinson on I think it was Tuesday and Wednesday night, and then obviously would post them videos onto YouTube. So I'm getting a bit of feedback. So yeah, so it's kind of pretty much the same thing really. On IML, he'll have his session, then he posts his videos onto YouTube. Feedback. Did you manage to hear that? We was getting a bit of feedback there, weren't we? Big time. I don't know. It's screeching in my ear. I don't know. Did you hear what I was saying? I'll repeat it if you didn't.
Yeah, I heard some of it.
Right. So basically, the videos of Ray Robinson's on YouTube are from his IML sessions. So
Okay.
it makes no difference really. I mean, you could, if you're in IML, you can log onto his sessions. But the YouTube videos are, as good as. I mean, he walks through only step by step how to do things.
Right. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Cool. Anyone else got anything to ask?
Hey, Stephen.
Hey, mate.
Which time do you find to be more profitable? Is it day or night? Any particular time?
Yeah, questions like that, right? Are like, I don't mean to be rude when I say this, right? I'm sure you're not taking it the wrong way, but they're kind of irrelevant to me because it don't really matter, because the way I do it is we just find the pattern, we set the pending order, and they kind of just they'll trigger entry whenever they trigger entry, if you know what I mean. It's impossible for me to say. They just activate when they activate and get profit when they get profit, type of thing. So yeah, it's kind of irrelevant, if you know what I mean. It matters not. It's more about the pattern. You find the pattern, it activates, i.e. it hits entry, and that's kind of all you care about. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I look for patterns probably 2-3 times a day, maybe. Like when I get up in the morning, I will go through and look for patterns, and any patterns I find, I will instantly set a pending order and post it on the Telegram page. And then I will look for patterns probably just around New York opening, something like that, just so it's like the middle of the day for us here in the UK. And then I'll look again at this type of time, you know, at night time. So basically, you know, if you want to do it like your meals, basically, you know, breakfast, dinner, and tea, just go through the markets, have a look for the patterns. If you find any, just set the pending order and then move on. You know, leave them. You know, if on, let's just say by Tuesday you've found, you know, 20 harmonic patterns, so you've set 20 pending orders. Perhaps by Friday, when the markets close again, maybe only half of those would have activated. The other half, you might have to relook through them and delete them because the price might have gone the other way. But the reason I'm going to do that for, with the pending orders, is because, right, look, it allows you to remove the emotional human from the process. Do you know what I mean? Because especially when you're just learning as well, it's like, it's an emotional roller coaster, this trading business, isn't it? You know, like you're freaked out, you're trying to make decisions, you don't know whether you're right, you're wrong. If you just set pending orders with the take profit, the stop loss, and let the trade do its thing, you kind of just can be like a robot, if you know what I mean. It's just robotic mode. You find the pattern, you just do the same thing. You just enter the pending order, you forget about it, you move on. You do the same, you just keep finding them, keep entering the pending orders, and eventually they'll start activating, and they will take profits for you. Just remove yourself from the trade, as it were, because your emotions get in the way. If you're there watching your trades, you end up freaking out about it. You know, like I say, it's an emotional roller coaster, isn't it? And you'll just end up burning your own head out, and you'll be an emotional wreck before too long. That's what I find anyway. So I just kind of leave my trades to do their thing, you know, if that helps. Which time frames you look for harmonic patterns? I look on all time frames, but I will mainly stick to the 15-minute. What I tend to do is, if you guys are looking at my trading view now, right? Can you see down here? I've got my list of all the pairs on the right-hand side. I will tend to go through my list, top to bottom on the 15-minute. And then what I'll do is I'll find the patterns, set the pending orders. Then I'll click onto the 1 hour time frame and go through the list again, set the pending orders. And I normally leave it at that, to be honest with you. If you start moving up to like the daily and the 4 hours, you'll be waiting a long time usually for the patterns to activate. You know, well, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that, I mean, I struggle with the patience for them now. And when you just ain't got the patience for them patterns. Do you know what I mean? Just stick to the 1 hour and the 15 minutes, and you'll find plenty of patterns, more than enough patterns. So that helps. Okay, now what? Okay, give us some gems there. Can't wait to rewatch the video. Cool. Any more questions? I've probably missed some questions, like forgive me on that. I am settling down into it now, but you know, like trying to I'm not a teacher, and you know, trying to teach something like this, you know, like it's nervous, you know what I'm saying, and I end up not being able to get my words out, not getting things across properly, but you know, we're cool, aren't we? So everything's all right. Any more questions for anyone? Anyone got? We'll go through a look for a few patterns if you want. Please find normal patterns. Okay, we'll go try it. Right, okay, I'm doing fine, yeah, thank you. Let's try and find some patterns then, shall we? So. All right, okay, what we'll do then, we'll start at the top and we'll go from there. Let's go to the 15 minutes purely because like they'll work faster and we might get some live results then. So all the time I'm looking for W's in the market, and I'm always following the market. We're always coming from a level of support or resistance or support. So, I mean, potentially we could have like a cipher or a shark pattern building here. It's a way away from entry yet though, but let's just plot it out. So literally just get the tool up and you can just have a play about. Because when you start playing about with it, you can watch the numbers on the pattern as you're moving it about, and you start to get a feel for what's what. We're following the market. Look, we're obviously coming down. We'll follow it. We'll follow it because we're looking for this. This is the B leg there, so we come down here for the A leg. Look, so follow the market. Follow the market up. B leg of 46.2. Really, for a back pattern, I would like that to be 50. Some sheets will say the back pattern is valid from 38.2 to 50. Really, I always want it to hit 50, simply because if it's less, if it's 38 or whatever, that's the value for the alternative back pattern, which is an entry position. Let's pretend this was 50, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's pretend that was 50. Let's put it on 50 just for, let's humour ourselves. Saying that though, I mean, it's going to probably be a sharp pattern anyway, so it'll be okay. Tell you what, we'll leave it. So we come down here, look. This one is, forget what I just said about the back pattern. I was just rambling there because this is going to be a sharp pattern. We know this because we've got, you know, the values. This is why I say it's important to have the sheet down at the side of you so you can, you know. I mean, I know off by heart. Now, because that's a sharp pattern, which I know by this value there, yeah. There's only two patterns, remember, that can break past the A leg, a cipher and a shark. This is a shark because the shark pattern is from 113 to 1.618, and that is like 143. Look, so we know this is a shark pattern and that's valid. So with a shark pattern, the shark pattern is more complicated than all the other patterns, but the entry is between 88.6 and 113. So I'll just click that there on the 88. Look there, look, right? But the key figure here first is this one. This one has to be 161.8 at least. So what we do is we move that to 161.8, and then we check that this value there is within the range of 88.6 to 113, which it is. So that's valid. That's a valid shark pattern just like that. So when we find it, and what we want to do is we always want to look left from entry to see, oh, is entry on a level of support or resistance? Simply because is price likely to, well, we know price is likely to reverse there, but you know, we have got 1 in 10 patterns that sometimes goes, you know, awry or against us. So we want to try and limit that. So we always want to make sure that the D point is on a level of support and resistance, look, and we can see which it is just here, look, we've got that there, we've got a wick there, look, which is just slightly above entry. We can then condense this down a bit and look further if we want to, and we can see there, look, we've got this is in line. So really and truly, look, we've got a bit of confluence there that this is a good place for entry to be, because we've got a few points of, you know, what's in line with the D point, look, you see. We've kind of got this bit in there as well. So let's open this back out again a touch. And then what we could do is we could just put a line there if we want to and see how it plays out. Let's have a look. So entries there on that line. We follow the line across, look, we can see there was a bit of resistance there. There was resistance there. There was resistance there. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with this being there. Because really and truly, again, being it is the shark, there is a zone for the shark, a small zone. So what it would be 113 would be the maximum. So there, look, that'd be the maximum on this. So entry really is anywhere in there. But this is why we look left for as well, to see where's likely, where's a good place. And I'm happy with this minimum entry on it there. So this is how I would look at that. So first of all, we check that that's in its range. And once we get that to at least its minimum, we make sure that that's within its range, and that is its range there. Look, we look for the across there, we see the confluence, we see the resistances where we were at touches before. I'm happy with that. So then at this point, we then what we're going to do is we're going to put the fibs on it at this point. We're going to Fibonacci from there to there, from the D point from entry down to the C leg, look there. And then we follow the same principle all the time. Entries here, stop loss is just the other side of the 138, and the take profit is just that side there of the 61.8. And we do that all the time. We just set the pending order, bang, we click the pending order, we've set it, and we move on. We find more patterns. So let's do that. We'll move on. We ask questions if you want to ask questions. How long did it take? Oops, how long did it? Sorry. How long did it take for you to memorize the measurements? Not very long at all. At first, it seems daunting. Just like I say, the best thing you can do is just get involved on your trading view. Just get the tool, click it, and just practice. Just play about. And they become second nature. You start on 1 or 2 patterns maybe, and you just keep adding them, you know, as you go. It does seem really daunting at first, guys, but it's just so not, you know. You've all memorized much more complicated things in your life, you know. You probably do more complicated things every day than this. It really is dead simple. Once you've got the, you know, once you trained your eyes to see them, and you've, you know, you don't even need to memorize the numbers, because you can print off one of the cheat sheets and just refer to it all the time. Right, you don't trade C to D. No, I mean, right, this is asked a lot. I think it's because we do trade the C to the D on the cipher pattern, but only in certain circumstances, and it's not to be confused with any other trade. Right, okay, let's just say this one here now. This is like a total shot in the dark. As it stands right now, we've got price just there, where it is. Now, like I've said to you before, I'm not the best technical trader in the world. I ain't really got a clue what I'm doing. If you take harmonic patterns away from me, right, I ain't got a clue. I could not tell you right now whether price is going to go that way, or whether it's going to go that way, or indeed that way. I don't know. I really don't know. And probably a lot of people don't. But what I can tell you is, if price goes to there, to the D point, it is most certainly going to come this way. That's why I like harmonic patterns. So what I'm trying to say is, in a long-winded way, when price is here, who knows where it's going to go? It could go anywhere. So this is why we don't trade the C to the D leg, because until price hits that D leg, anything could happen. It's a shot in the dark. But the minute price hits that D leg, we've got everything in our favor then. That's when the mathematics are on our side. It's a high probability trade. 9 out of 10 times, probably price will hit this 61.8 level. That's what we know. But until price actually goes and hits this D point, anything could happen. And we're not in the business of gambling. We don't want to gamble. We want to take the high probability money. We want to win, right? We want to win, we want to get rich, or we want to live our best lives. So we don't want to be gambling. So we're not gambling. And that right now, to trade the C to the D is a gamble. So we don't do that, no. No. The only time we ever do that, well, I ever do that anyway, is when it's a cipher pattern. Now, the cipher pattern is the one that has the biggest C leg down here. So you do that when it's at the maximum. So then you can enter a stop loss for the trade about 2 pips below. So it's a massive risk to reward then, because it will either go past there, bang, and it will cost you 2 pips, or it will respect the cipher pattern and you'll go right up there and you will take profit then at about the 50%. So you're hardly risking anything. Do you see what I mean? So the only time we will trade the C to D is on the cipher pattern, when the cipher pattern is at its maximum. So therefore we can do it with about a 2 pip stop loss. So we're essentially not risking anything. Do you see what I mean? To do it now on this sharp pattern would just be silly, because there's nothing says that price is going to go up there and hit that. The harmonic pattern is not valid until it hits entry, the D point, at which point the high probability then 9 out of 10 times says that price will come to this 61.8. But until it hits there, anything could happen. So no, we don't trade the C to D. Too risky. Anything else? I'll just look through more pairs anyway, and just, well, I'll keep clicking through, and if you want to ask anything, just ask. The cheat code XAV plus C to D equals pounds or dollars. Yeah, it does as well, you know. Look, guys, right? This you know, like, you try and learn to trade, and it's a nightmare, isn't it? Let's be right. You know, when you first start, the market's just crazy. You just don't even know what it's going to do. You think, how am I ever going to get my head around this? Jesus, I don't know. And I still feel like that now, if I'm honest. But harmonic patterns allow you to have an understanding of high probability move, if you see what I'm saying. You don't need to start learning all of that nonsense, right? Because let's be right, you know, it just burns your nuts out, don't it? It burns my head out anyway. Just learn to draw harmonic patterns and you will make money. It's as simple as that, you know. It really is. Learn to draw harmonic patterns and you will make money. You don't need to know about all this support resistance in this is happening, that's happening, and bearish candles and bullish candles. That just complicates it, seriously. It just makes things too complicated. Learn to draw harmonic patterns, everything is sweet. I promise you. Can we use the Fibonacci tool to measure completions of the various? Yeah. I mean, like Ray Robinson's video, that's how Ray Robinson teaches it, to do it with the fibs. You can. I mean, I personally think that that's more complicated. That's the only reason I'm not doing it like this. I know how to do it that way. I just think it's more complicated. I just like to just get the tool and find a level of support resistance and have a click about. Oh, that's valid. Oh, no, that's not valid anymore. Oh, damn. Okay, remove it. Do you see what I mean? I feel this is the best way to learn, really and truly, because you can just play about. Look, you can move around, and you can as you're moving it, you can get to see what's happening to these numbers, and then it gives you an understanding of. And then before long, you understand what type of shapes will make the patterns. Then you can look at the market and think, there's a pattern there. I can tell there's a pattern there. Do you see what I mean? It's just different ways of learning stuff. I mean, by all means, like, you know, go over Ray Robinson's videos and use the fibs if you want to use the fibs. You know, it's just we're all different, and it's just whatever way you find the easiest. I mean, I'll say that about trading. There is no right or there is no wrong. Same as, don't necessarily stick rigidly to someone else's system or method, because we are all different. You know, it's best to, if you can take a method that you feel suits you and tweak it a little bit, you know, just to suit yourself. And basically, guys, you know, when you find something that actually works in the markets for you, you just won't be interested in nothing else. Somebody say, oh, you know, well, what about this? And I think price action's king and all this. Well, I don't care what you think, to be honest with you. I don't mean to be rude, but this is working for me. I'm not interested in learning anything else. I don't want to learn anything else. I'm perfectly fine doing what I'm doing. You know, in a polite way, I'm like, just go away. I'm not interested. Do you see where I'm coming from? Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I wish you just end up tinkering all the time, and you just things get messy, man. You know. Have I ever blown accounts? Yeah, I've blown about 5 or 6 or something like that. I've blown about 10,000 quid altogether in my time. What I've done was I had some cryptocurrency, and I saved up loads and loads, because I was thinking, you know, like, you know how things are in life, right? When you've got money, everything works easy. You know, you can throw money at something and it will fix it. So I was thinking to myself, right, so okay, so I need to hit this trading game with some big money, right? And then I'll win. So I've saved up and saved up and saved up, and I've put 5,000 quid into an account. Honestly, it took me about 2 years to save this money, you know. So I did, and within the first week, I'd won £2,000. So now I had £7,000. that was like in the first week. I was thinking, yeah, it's a piece of cake, this is. And then the very next week, I got into a GJ trade and blew the old 7,000 quid. I never told my missus. I never told Jodie for weeks, months. Like that, I blew the whole lot in one trade. So yeah, So then the next time, so I'm thinking, right, I can't let her find out. I need to win it back. So then, like, I was like, put another 1,000 in or something like that, and I blew that. And I was carrying on like this. I was at the end of my tether by Christmas. I swear to God, it was madness. And then I had a week off because I just couldn't cope with it anymore. Oh, I don't know if I swear. It's like the markets was against me. But they're not. That's just how it seems, yeah. And I had a week off at Christmas, and it just allowed me to put some things into perspective. You know what I mean? I'd lie in bed at night thinking about stuff, and I came back after Christmas and I put £500 in, and this was my last £500. That was it. We hadn't had any money left, so I blew it all trading, and I've never had a losing week since. It's like something just clicked, I was going back over Ray Robinson's videos, and it's like, basically got to leave the trades to do their thing. Don't freak out. And you know what? That's what I did. I just started doing that. I started small. I had £500, and I was putting like 0.1 lots on, basically, and just finding patterns and putting the pending orders on and leaving them. And I started making money. I get the odd ones stop me out now and again. And then in the end, that's why I tweaked the stop loss for. But by and large, I was making money, and it was working. And basically, when I got to like £1,000, I put my lot size up then to like, I can't remember, it was either a 0.3 or a 0.5. And then my account started growing quicker. And again, I was winning, 8 out of 10 trades by this point. So my account was growing, and then when I was up to 2,000, I've gone up to like half a lot, 3,000, 4,000. When I got to 5,000, I was trading one standard lot, and it just kept. Then it was growing quicker now. Now it starts really growing, and then I got to 10,000. I started trading 2 standard lots. Well, I got this is the crazy thing. I got from 10,000 to 20,000 in one day, right? I was like, wow. So what I've done was I withdrew 10,000, put myself back down to 10,000 again, thinking now that if anything goes wrong, I've still got the 10,000. I can do it again. But then it took me about 10 days to a fortnight the next time to build it up to 20,000. Then I started trading 3 standard lots, and it just went from 20,000 to 30,000 to 70,000 to 100,000 in the space of about 3 weeks, man. Seriously. The hardest part is at the start. What you need to do is, look, we all want the big money, yes, and I get it. I fully get it, man. Seriously, I've been there. But there's no need to rush it, right? Trust me, because before you can, if you just do it, just do the right lot size for your account, right? It don't matter even if that's a 0.1, it don't matter. When your account doubles, then you can double your lot size. And you know what? It starts to grow quicker and quicker and quicker. And then before you can blink, bang, it's just exploded. But the thing is, if you try to trade too big in the first place, you'll blow your account, right? You just will. And then it puts you right back to square one. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast, if you get where I'm coming from. Don't be blinded by the big money, right? That takes care of itself in the end, trust me. It's happened to me like overnight. Move away from the big money in your mind. Trade whatever size account you've got and just be disciplined with the lot size, and you'll see how fast it will start building. When you stop losing, your account will start going up quick. It don't matter what size lots you're using, your account will grow fast once you stop losing. So you've got to stop losing. If you stop losing, winning takes care of itself. When you don't lose anymore, you automatically win, right? How can I do that? That's hard work because the market's complicated. The price is always going different. Yeah. Again, I agree. I don't get it. Trade harmonic patterns, believe in the patterns, trust the patterns, sensible lot sizes, and your account will grow. Trust me, if you allow your trades to do their thing, so you set the trade, you enter the trade. Now, there's only 2 ways you're exiting the trade. That's by a stop loss or take profit. No other thing. You're not going to cancel the trade because you've been in drawdown for a day and your head's burnt out. No, you leave it. It will either hit the take profit or hit the stop loss. If you trade in the right size lots for your account, it don't concern you to lose a trade because it ain't gonna end your account. It's cool. You need to play the mathematics, the probabilities here. Play the mathematical, the mathematics side of it. And if you trade in the right size lots for your account with these harmonic patterns, you cannot help but make money. If you lose 1 out of 10 trades, right? Or if you lose 2 out of 10 trades, that's okay. But if you're trading with too much of a big lot size, what happens if it's the first 2 trades of the 10 that you lose and it blows your account? Do you see what I mean? You need to always be able to live to fight another day. That's why you just need to be sensible with your lot size. And it will grow. Trust me, it will grow. It goes crazy in the end. So that's how long did it take for you? Feel 500. How long did it take for you to $500 account? And basically, I put that in just after Christmas. So I don't know if it was just after the New Year. I think it might have been just after the New Year. So we'd be like, when basically the world started again after Christmas. So, I don't know, 3rd, 4th, 5th of January, something like that. And I just made 100,000 quid yesterday. So that's how long it took. But bear in mind, basically it goes like this though. So, okay, let's say I hit 100,000 yesterday. Last week I made 29,000. The week before, so the month went like this. I'd made 29,000 last week. I made, I think it was 12,000 the week before, 7,000 the week before that, and 5,000 the week before that. Can you see what happened then? And before that, I'd make a couple of thousand, you know what I mean? It starts off slow and then it's just gone crazy. So if you look for the month of, take the last week in February till now, it was something like I made £5,000, £7,000, £12,000, £29,000. Do you see the big jump? But to make that £29,000, right, I had to be disciplined in the first place. Otherwise, I never even would have got there. I would have blew my account before I even got there. Do you see what I mean? You can't force it. You just need to trade with the right size lot for your account and just let it flow and it will take care of itself. It's like we just want to be rich and we want to be rich right now. I get it, because we want to change our lives. We want our best lives, but that is a surefire way to send yourself broke. Trust me, you'll go bust. Be patient, and just trade. If you're trading 0.01, so what? That's fine. Just trade 0.01s. When you've doubled your account, trade 0.02s. And you'll start to see it building. And once you start to see it consistently building, you move to a different mindset. You're like, right, damn, I love my account. There is no way in this world that I'm going to allow that to diminish. So all of a sudden, you start looking at a trade thinking, I'm not going to enter that trade because I want to protect my account. I don't even want to risk it because I'm in that winning mindset now. I'm not about throwing my money away anymore. I'm sick of that. That game's over. And because you're seeing it consistently growing, and now it's almost like you've got like a record to protect now. I ain't lost a trade for a week or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Or I was been in profit last week and the week before, and I've got to have another profitable week this week. I'm not going to lose. And you start to move into that mindset. Do you know what I mean? And then you just won't tolerate losing anymore, if that makes sense. You just won't tolerate losing anymore in the end. You won't enter risky trades. What's the point? Why? You may as well just go out to the street and just get your money and throw it down the street. Do you know what I mean? You don't do that, do you? No one in the right mind goes and starts throwing their money down the street. So don't do it in the markets either. Now I'm okay with my lots. No, I wasn't happy for it. I don't understand that. Now I am okay with my lots. No, I wasn't. Are you okay with your lots now? You wasn't happy before. Anyway, I'm carrying on looking for patterns. Have I answered everyone's question there? I think so. Honestly, right, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. It is no good making $1,000 this week to go and lose $2,000 next week. Do you see what I mean? You'd be better off making $100 this week and $100 next week, because you'd be $200 in profit rather than $1,000 down. Do you see what I'm saying? Slow and steady wins the race, because slow and steady turns into, slow and steady, right? Automatically, naturally, all by itself, turns into big, massive and crazy without you having to push it or force it or anything. Just start off smooth and steady and keep chalking up them little victories, and they will grow all by themselves and turn into madness till you've got that much money you don't know what to do with. Because once you work out how to make money from the market, Jesus, you make loads of money from the market. You just need to get to that position first to work out how, for you, you can take money from the markets. Do you know what I mean? So slow and steady wins this race, I promise you. Slow and steady wins this race. I mean, slow and steady to an Indy car is what, 200 miles an hour? That's still fast. See what I'm saying? If you know what I mean. All right, let's try and find some patterns anyway. Mindset, a lot of the time it's mindset, you know, you beat yourself. You beat yourself. You'll enter a trade, it'll go into drawdown, you freak out and cancel it, you've lost, for example. You know, you beat yourself a lot of the time. You need to learn to not beat yourself up anymore. It's the main thing. This might be a pattern, maybe. So, I don't know where these lines have come from on my chart here. I've got scribble on my screen, I just don't know. Let's have a look then, because this could be a shark again. This is what AUDNZD. So we'll come from our level of support, look, down here, the extreme. There, I mean, you could go from there, because it is a level, look. But I always like to work from the extreme first to see what's happening, so let's try. So this is why I just like to use the tool, look, 'cause you can just purely click about and see. We always follow the market. Always following the market. This is a valid sharp pattern. It's a really entry look. Again, what we did before, remember we're going to look to, I can't move my mouse, okay, we're going to look to this figure first because it's a sharp pattern. 161.8, here look. And we're going to come and check over here whether this is valid. And it's not, because it's too low, look. So we're going to move this down now till it says 88.9, which is the minimum entry for the sharp. That's still in the valid range. That's valid now. We're going to look across, and we're going to see, look, we've got, you know, a bit of resistance there. I mean, I'm happy to enter this anyway, but what we can do, we can just put a line on the chart if we want to. There, look, where entry is. And we can see that, you can see that price, for a start, you can see that price, you know, bumped on that a little bit, didn't it, before it went up. So it definitely knows there's a level there. We can move across and have a look down here. We want, this was the pink line. Oh, let's have a look. But we can see, look, that, yeah, I mean, we've got like little spots everywhere, look, haven't we? We've got here, there's one, same again, just here, touch, we've got like, oh, I've moved that, where's that one? You know, we've got that here, look. Yeah, I'm happy with that for an entry point, here, look. See there. So I'm happy with that there. So as an entry point, so what we can do now again, same, but it's just like, you're just like a robot in the markets, you know, you just do the same thing over and over again. Don't change it, just be like a robot. So we've got a valid pattern there. We're happy with the support level, which resistance level it's on. It's, you know, the figure, so we'll get rid of that line in a minute. And then we just do the same thing. Look, we put the fibs on from the D point up to the C points, because then this gives us our take profit, our entry, and our stop loss. We set a pending order. and we carry on. We move on to the next pair. And this is what we're doing. I'll set these actually just while we're doing it, just for the sheer hell of it. I know you possibly can't. So I'll set them after actually. I won't waste your time while I'm setting pending orders. But that's what we do. So we find the pattern. As we find the pattern, we set the pending order, and then we move on. And we can sometimes what I do is I check just to see how big it is. You know, how much money am I going to win? How many pips am I going to get? And then there is 38 pips. 38 pips to score. Don't matter anyway. Regardless, let's move on to the next one. And this is how I find patterns. Just really that simple. Now the shape of this is telling me there's nothing there. Look, can you see? You know, this big drop off there. Look, boom. I'm not going to find. I just know experience. I just know I'm not going to find a pattern in there. There just isn't one. So I won't bother wasting time trying. But again, actually, like when you're learning and just about it, we could try. We could get a pattern if you click on it if you want, and you think, right, well, let's try. And you can do it, and you can see, you can watch the numbers, what happens, and then you put it, and oh no, that's not right, it's not valid, you know, and you just trial and error. Just have a click about with the tool. Let's try this. Well, that might be head and shoulders there. Look, you see it, an inverted head and shoulders. Like I say, I'm all about harmonics, really and truly, but this is an inverted head and shoulders there. So what happens normally with the head and shoulders is when it gets to this neckline there, it will either reject it and come back down that way, or usually, more often than not, it's going to go boom, straight up that way. So that really is, that's the type of trade I'd post in the group, because some people like to trade them. Personally, this is class now, because that's a head and shoulders pattern, yeah? Now, a lot of people trade these, but me, I trade harmonic patterns, yeah? So as much as that is a great trade for somebody, it's not a great trade for me, because I don't enter them, because I'm all about harmonic patterns. Do you see what I mean? That is a lesson right there. That don't fit with what I do. Even though I know about them and I know I could trade them, I just don't trade them. Why don't I trade them? Because I make money with harmonic patterns. I don't make money with head and shoulders patterns. Do you see what I mean? Move on. I'm not interested. But I must enter the trade, because that's a trade. You know, like you're dying to trade when you first start learning to trade. I've been through that stage. That stage, right, that just gets your skin. It just makes you lose your money. So although I know that there's a good trade there, I'm not entering it. I'm not interested. Leave it alone. Because I'm like a robot. You might hear Ray Robinson say this if you watch his videos. I'm like a robot. I do what I do and I'm not interested in anything else. So let's find the pattern. Who's writing on my screen? How are you managing that? Funny. Right, where's this pattern then? As said. Let's look. Not enough to there, so let's check that.
What motivates you to help us?
You know what motivates me to help you? Right, well, so it goes like this. The missus is in the other room at the minute watching TV. She don't care about what I'm trading, this, that, and the other. And you know what? If I had nobody to talk to or no one to share the journey with, it would just be such a boring and lonely journey, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? So
Agree, yeah, thank you.
And it's like, I've said before that it's like a two-way street anyway, right? So look at it like this. In the Telegram group, right, there's a couple of lads in there now that I've took trading harmonics to heart, yeah, they're fine patterns. So I'm in the group, you know, with all you guys as well. And let's say, for example, last week, I got about 3 or 4 trades from them guys and made a few thousand quid. So it's a two-way street. Do you see what I mean? It's like just sharing the journey with like-minded people. You know, I'm sure I've taught one of them as well how to do it, and obviously I get patterns from him now. He gets patterns from me. It's like more eyes on the market. You know, it's just someone to share the journey with. Plus, just yeah, I don't know.
I think we should all have a meetup. We should get down the pub one day.
Whereabouts you from?
Guildford, Surrey, down south.
Down south. Yeah, that's Guildford. Sorry. How far did I find that from? Don't matter anyway. Yeah, we probably should. We should do it one day, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think you guys can tell by now as well. It's like I'm not trying to sell you anything or anything like that, you know. So it's one of them. I don't know. I'm just that way inclined, you know. Somebody helped me when I was learning, and it's, you know, like I say, it's, I don't know. It's just the way I am, man. I like it.
Yeah, I've done the same as you. Like, lost quite a bit of money, family money, wife money. And like, you know, I was almost at the end of leaving trading just before to save my marriage, but I found you and it's given us some hope. And one of my other friends, Yusuf, found you, and it's just watching this video has given me some hope. And, you know, because there's so much noise out there, and this just simplifies the whole process. Yeah,
that's it. It almost sounds too simple to be good, don't it? Do you know what I mean? That can't work. It's too easy. And that's the thing. A lot of the time, we just complicate it. You know, people talk about price action and all this. I'll sod all of that. I'm not interested. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
you're right.
I'm sure like IML educators would be going tearing their ear out if they heard me say it, but I don't know. Take harmonic patterns away from me, man. I don't know. I can't trade. And that's serious. I can't trade. You know, if I got harmonic patterns, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, you don't need it. Just trade harmonic patterns, nice and simple. Just the one thing I will say is though, just be disciplined with the ratios on the patterns. If you draw the patterns right, i.e. the ratios match up right, then you can have faith in them. You know, you really can have faith in them. If you start thinking to yourself, oh, well, it's almost there, I'll trade it, then it's not going to be reliable. Yeah, make sure that your patterns are on the ratio. You know, if the B point needs to be 50%, if it's 48.5%, don't trade it. Throw it out. No, do you know what I mean?
Are they really as precise as that? Like the psychology and everything behind it?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time they probably will work, but it's like there's loads of trades to be had any one week in the market. That's what I say. It's not a race. You know, slow and steady wins the race. And what we want the high probability, don't we? We don't want to lose any more money. So why take the risk? You know, that's the mindset you need to move into.
Yeah.
Why take the risk? Why risk it?
Thank you.
You know, well, it'll work. It'll more than likely work. Well, it might, but why take the risk? That's kind of what I'd say.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate this.
No problem. Anyway, did we find a pattern there? I can't remember. I think there looks like potentially. There looks like there might have been one that's kind of activated. Let's have a look. Let's go there. Hang on. I'm put that in the wrong place. So I'll move it in a minute. I don't like that anyway. No, it's no good. Let's move on to the next pair anyway. So I like looking through my own charts. You know, I mean, these charts are all naked, but I've got patterns on my own charts that I kind of leave and just look at this. You know what I mean? And just kind of go through them or see what's happening. And I just never take patterns off my charts. I kind of always just leave them there. And I mean, look at that. That was gold. That was both of these patterns of it take profit. Look, bang, bang, and then that one back down. Yeah, that was a good thing actually. Let me show you that. Look. back to gold. Gold's been a crazy thing anyway at the minute, but so my computer's slow. I live in the middle of nowhere down there. My internet's really slow, but you just have to bear with it. But we can see here, look, if you can see through all the noise, I've got too many fibs on here, look, but we're looking at the harmonic patterns, look, the green one, price hits it, it brings me into drawdown, but then bang, it goes and it's take profit. It then comes back down, it's entry for the orange one, and goes to the moon. Boom. Obviously, my take profit's only down here, so some people might say, oh, look at all that money you never won. It don't matter. It did what it needed to do for me. I got my money, I got my pips, from that, I only got, I got 45 pips off that trade there, that one, and then it would have been similar off this one there, and 32 off of that, 33 so off of that. So, you know, I'm looking at nearly 80 pips off those two. Price then goes up, don't it? Bang, right up sky high there. It activates this harmonic pattern here, this blue one, and then comes straight back down again, look, boom. So then that is another, that's 100 pips. So we're looking at, with these three patterns here, bam, 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 within the space of a day, you know, we took like 180 pips off it. And look at it, it's like clockwork. Even the two patterns there, look, bang, back down, bang. And this is just harmonic patterns, you know. I've got them plotted out. I mean, it's void now, I'm gonna have to delete it, but I had this pink one plotted out, ready for it to happen, but it didn't happen. This is why we don't trade the C to D, because, let's make it brighter, because they don't always play out, look. It's not until it hits this D point, it becomes valid, and then we know what's gonna happen. At this point, look, it just went off and did its own thing, price did. That's why we wait for the D point all the time. That's the high probability money. We're not in the business of throwing the money away. We've already done that. I'm sure we've all done that. Now let me look at NZD CAD maybe. There's one that's pretty.
Would you say there's more money in sales than buys, like sales? When it
I've actually gone through it. I would have, if you'd have asked me this like the other week, right? I'd have said to you, yes, I prefer to sell rather than buy. I would make more money at that. Blah 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 blah. I actually looked at the figures for. I got the history off my account, and it was 315 trades. And would you believe I made more money off the buys? Now I would not have thought that possible. I would have said it was the other way around, but there weren't much in it. I think the sells was the accuracy on the sells was about 83%, 84%, and the accuracy on the buys was about 93%. Works out when you combine them together, it was about 90% accuracy across the harmonic patterns, buy and sell. But buys was more accurate than sells. Whether that stays the case all of the time, I don't know. But we'll see. So look at this one here. Look, this is NZ. Look at all these patterns. Can you see all these patterns? And every single one of these hit, take profit. Let me just, every one of them. I'll try and make them bigger and go through them. You can see every single one of these hit, take profit. The red one, price comes down, bang, it's entry, it's take profit. Comes down, it makes the green pattern. The green pattern, it's entry, bit of drawdown, bang, it's take profit. Do you know what I mean? We've got a little pattern in there, look. It comes down, it's entry, bang, it's take profit. On to making the blue pattern. You know, the blue pattern comes down, draw, there, look, stagnant for days. But eventually, it goes and it's take profit. It makes the green pattern. Do you know what I'm saying, look? Comes down, we have some news. Look what happens with the news. This is why you don't even need to be scared of the news. The news will drive price into entries.
Wow.
It hits the entry, bang, it hits take profit. Onto the blue pattern. Do you know what I'm saying? We had some drawdown there, look, big style, but boom, it's gone. It came back though, look. This is the bit that you've got to get your head around. This pattern there will put you in drawdown and you're losing. It was heavy drawdown. That was almost being stopped out. But it came back, look, and hit the take profit, and then made another pattern, and came down and hit take profit, and then I kind of stopped drawing the crazy patterns on that. Must have got sidetracked on something else. Then this one didn't. Let's carry on doing the same. But
Stephen, can I ask?
come on.
All of those were from the same pair?
Yeah, one after the other. Look, you see.
Okay. Wow.
Harmonic patterns are everywhere. This is what I mean. You don't need to enter trades when the values don't match up. Just discard it and move on, because there's plenty out there. This is NZD CAD, as New Zealand dollar again. You know, the Canadian dollar. But look, this is just like one after the other, after the other, after the other. Look. I mean, how much? Now, tell you what. Let's make this 4-hour chart a minute. Just tell me this, right? How much money is in that shot, that screenshot just there? I mean, just that alone would make you a fortune, wouldn't it?
Hold on, can't see it. See it. Hold on. Wow.
Every one of them, does it take profit? Every single one of them.
This is unbelievable.
So literally, you have to be comfortable with some drawdown, haven't you? You've got to be comfortable with drawdown and not watch it.
Yeah. But you know, it's like me now. I mean, obviously, because I've been doing it a little while now, I have got ultimate faith in them now. So I mean, I can watch it. It don't freak me out anymore. But this is why I say, either demo it or run it on really small lots. This is why lot size is key, because if you get some drawdown, you need to be able to handle it, don't you? You know, let's say you lose 1 out of 10 trades. In an ideal world, it'll be the 10th trade we lose when we've built up a lot of profit, but it might not be. It might be the very first one. Do you know what I mean? So we need to be able to like move on from that, don't we? Not get stuck in the past, as it were. There's plenty more trades to be coming down the track. If you get married to a trade today, you put on too much of a big lot size, it puts you in a load of drawdown for a few days. You can't enter no more trades, you know? When tomorrow there's going to be plenty of trades for you to enter. Monday there's going to be more trades for you to enter. Do you see what I'm saying? You've got to be able to keep moving forward, keep moving forward, keep moving forward. And the way to do that is to just be robotic in what you do. Whatever your account size is, have the lot size that's the right size for it, and just be robotic in what you're doing and just move forward. Plowing through, finding patterns, putting on the trades. Move on next. The minute, right, the minute price hits this D point, it's entry. That's it. Your job's done. There's nothing you can do about it from that point on. The market's going to do what it's going to do. It's not down to you. Even if you was to get stopped out, it's nothing you've done. It's not your fault. Don't take it personally. Move on. Next pattern. Be like a robot. And trust me, as long as you get these values right, print off a cheat sheet, and we'll talk next in the group. There's a sheet that's around in there. It's this one here. I will repost it. And these are the profitable, because you do get varying values, from sheet to sheet, person to person, or whatever. I use the same values that Ray Robinson uses, and they're profitable. They work. It's less than 1 in 10 trades I lose. I haven't been stopped out in a trade this week. I got stopped out in 1 trade last week, and I think 1 the week before. Maybe in the last 3 weeks, I've been stopped out twice. And that's kind of that.
That is mad. That is mad. Do you ever think like the market makers or anything will catch on to this stuff? Or is there such a thing? Or do you know what I mean? Or is the market big enough for this to work for everyone?
I'm hoping to make a couple of million before then, so I'm not bothered. But no, I don't really know. I think that it's the way that it's just how the market moves. I mean, yeah, the market makers, or I think all they can do is sort of like get. How can I explain? Let's just say
like
the market's going to come down to the
stop loss hunts.
Sorry, mate. Stop hunts and things. Yeah, I mean, I think they do exist and everything for sure.
Yeah, like that's what I mean, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they do push the market about, but what they'll tend to do is, if you notice, say like, especially like if you look at, say, the IML's harmonic scanner, a lot of the time when it'll get to take profit 1 and you're getting a bounce off, say, like the 61 and the fibs, and it'll bounce high or whatever. I think what they kind of do is when you're going to get a bounce, then they like kind of jump on board and pile in behind the bounce, as it were, and push it a little bit further than it ordinarily would have gone. I don't think they literally can start reversing markets and things like that, because it's, you know, you need too much money, wouldn't you? But I do believe that they can.
Yeah.
They can jump on jump on board, you know, with the natural bounces in the market and probably send it a little bit further than it ordinarily would go, you know, for example, if that makes sense. But I mean, I don't concern myself about them because, again, that's why I have my stop loss where I have it. It's miles away from that pattern. It's giving me a 1-to-1 risk to reward, and a lot of the time I'll be in drawdown. You know, sometimes it'll be quite a bit of drawdown, but it never will go. And that stop loss is not there to get hit. Do you know what I'm saying? That is there in case it's completely wrong and price goes off, never to come back again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But you're allowing your room to breathe, basically. So.
Can I just ask you a question about the pairs?
Pairs?
Yeah, so are there any pairs we get more harmonic patterns on?
You know, I think that one I've just shown you there, that's kind of prolific for it. NZD CAD there, as you can see. I don't really like to trade. I don't really look for too many patterns on the US dollar and the pound, GBP, because GBP is, I mean, if the devil existed, right, he would be spending GJ notes. You know, that GBP is a ruthless currency. So I see how this is. Can you see how there's a channel on my charts here? Look, if I zoom right out, you'll be able to see what I'm saying. You see, like the channel. Look, I draw channels on there as well, like this sometimes. Now, this is like a daily channel, and you can see prices respecting the edge of the channel. Although it's broke it there. Now, if I do this for the GBP pairs purely because it's such a wild currency, I really want some extra. I want some extra confirmation with the GBP pairs. If I'm honest with you, or it's even simpler just to not trade them. You don't need to trade them, so I don't bother trading them wherever possible. I want, say, like if I had entry there on a GBP pair, which is on the edge of the channel there, I'd probably trade it. But GBP pairs, well. When I was like, basically, say like around beginning of January time, and my accuracy was about 8 out of 10, you know, maybe 7.5 to 8 out of 10, something like that. And I was looking, it was always GBP pairs that were stopping me out, always GBP pairs. So I packed in trading them, and then I've started trading them again now, but I only trade them when I get some confluence, like on the edge of a channel like this. I normally always like stick to. I like to trade the, you know, like the New Zealand dollar pairs, you know, CAD pairs, stuff like that, you know, and JPYs and stuff. But I tend to basically stay away from the GBP and the USD pairs, purely because I've just had bad experience with GBP pairs. That's all.
I think they're heavily manipulated as well.
Yeah, so I tend to just not bother with those. I mean, I can't sit here and say that. Rather than trying to work out what the problem is and whether the accuracy was consistent over a long period of time, it's just easier to just not trade them, you know. So I don't really trade GBP pairs very much. Apart from GBP CAD, I like that one, but you know, I just don't really trade them much. Or the USD pairs, you know, like. Right down at the bottom of my list, USD CAD, USD JPY. I never really bother with them. Purely, they're at the bottom of the list. By the time I get there, I've already found loads of patterns. If I'm honest, I just don't bother with them. You know?
Okay, all right, thanks.
I'm sorry, Stephen. You said you like the New Zealand and the CAD pairs.
Yeah, you know. Can you see my list here? Look.
Okay.
On the side here.
Take a picture.
1 minute. I've got them in a list. Look, and I tend to trade, you know, all of these, like the Australian dollars, CADs, all of this, euros, they're all in order. I tend to jump over the GBP. Don't really bother with them. Back onto these again. And then right down near the bottom, I just stick USD, you know, just GBP USD. I don't bother with very much.
Thank you.
Because, guys, you could bet for one thing, you know, if there is all total corruption in the world and someone is pulling the strings, you can bet your life, right? They're either from Britain or America.
So fucking true. So true.
So, yeah. Let's see what we can see. Anything? Well, feedback with that then. Anyway.
Thanks again. Yeah, I must go and get the kids to bed.
All right, mate. No problem.
I really appreciate your time. Yeah.
Yeah, no sweat, mate. No problem. I mean, I'm going to get off myself soon, but I'll just see if I can find some patterns before we go. But yeah, no problem. Nice one. What's your name, by the way? Just so I can put a face, like a voice to the name.
Nish.
N-I-S-H. N-I-S-H. Yeah, cool. Nice one. So again, look, I'm looking. I'm going to the extreme. Again, support resistance, whatever, extreme, come down. I'm just seeing what this B point says. 45. It's not really enough to be a back pattern. I want it to be 50%. If it was 50% though, I would then set this to its entry there, 88.5. Again, put the fibs on it. Set the pending order exactly the same. It's the same robotic boring process. Entry, take profit, stop loss. And just do it like that all of the time. I mean, this goes up there, probably will it take profit there, but I find that a 50% that's more accurate. I like 50%. It's just what I do. I don't want to start like going into like why not or why this. All I know is 50% works. I don't vary from it. I'm making money, you know, so I'm not interested in deviating from what works, if that makes sense. You know, someone might come in here saying, oh no, that's perfectly valid and blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't care. Yeah, trade it then. All I know is I don't, you know, without sounding like flippant or arrogant, if you know what I mean. And stick to what works. Stick to what works. See, these big impulse moves like this kind of like spoilt it a little bit. Like looking at this, there's not really much happening there. No. See, again, you learn to work this out by you know, just practicing, just clicking about on there. I mean, I know this is not a pattern, but you know, I'm just going on like if I was learning now, you know, you could try it. You know, you come up to there, think, right, where's my, that's not a big enough B point for any pattern, so that's not going to work. So we come down here, that's big enough, but then our C point is just not big enough, look. It's not good enough. I mean, if the C point would have gone higher, that would work, but it didn't, so it's not good enough. But you're going to learn this by clicking around, just playing around with it. Just get into your charts and just keep using the tool and playing with it, with your list of patterns, you know, with the values, and just keep checking it out. It does not take long, guys. Within a week of doing this, you will already start to be able to, you'll be on it. You'll be doing it. Within a fortnight, you'll fully know what you're doing. Trust me, it don't take long. It might sound really complicated and daunting at the start, but it's not. Trust me, it's not. After a week of doing this, you'll be there. Keep posting your charts in the Telegram group. And if I'm not in there, like I'm sure some of the others will pick you up on it. They'll say, you know, no, it's not valid, or they'll tell you what's wrong with it. I will always take the time to tell you what's wrong with your pattern, because don't be afraid to be wrong. Being wrong is how we get it right, you know. Do not be afraid to be wrong. So this could be one in the end, yeah, because I'm looking for the W's, look, you see. So again, really, so let's see this one, look, we've got a choice of where we take our entries, our X leg from. You've got that point, and this point. Now, personally speaking, you see, right, let's plot them out so you can understand where I'm coming from. So what would happen is this. Let's just say we'll go from here with this one, coming from up here. Well, just human there. Let's just assume this was going to be okay, right, at 70%, and then we'd have an entry at, well, let's do it properly. So 71 could be a crab pattern, right? So this could complete at about the 127, right? So we draw that one like that. Now we will do it again. We'll come with the next one. Let's go with a different color so we can see it. And we'll come from here. Same points. Now this time, that gives us our 50%. So this is likely to be a back pattern now. So we know we're looking for a back pattern. So we know that's the 88.9. Now look at that. Do you see that? See how they're completing in roughly the same place? So now we've got two harmonic patterns now that are completing within, you know, no space at all from each other. So now that, for me, this makes this very high probability that does. Sure. So see. So now this trade, in my view, now the chances of the price going up and hitting these is high because there's two patterns there. And then when it does hit these, the chances of the reversal is almost 100% because there's two patterns on it. When you get two patterns on it, don't go doing crazy lot sizes though, because there's two patterns. Remember, robotic, always do the same thing. Even though the probability of this actually hitting take profit is higher than any single pattern, it still don't mean we put a different lot size on. We just do the same thing. Robot, just remember, robot mode. We just do the same thing over and over and over again, and we never vary from it, and we never alter it. Because why do we need to? We don't. 38. So that would be like alternate back pattern right up there. So I'm not really interested in that. That's, we put it up there. See, the back pattern for there would be there, but we've only got a 38. Some sheets would tell you that's valid, but I don't trade that. No, I want the 50%, and that's that. So we're going to get rid of that because that's no good. Remove. Get that. Remove. Now that is a very, very high probability trade right there. I will trade this. I will set this up properly.
Steve, about,
Go on. You were saying?
I was just going to say, about what is that entry, like 126.5? Or would you go a little higher than that?
Right, so here, look, the blue pattern, look, is like 126.446, yeah? The red pattern, slightly less, 126. But what I always do, so I'll use the shortest pattern just to make sure price actually activates it. But what I always do, look, is I will come down just a little bit. Let's put a line there so we can see. So make it thicker.
126.4.
I probably won't come down that much probably from there, but so entry would be there, right? Yeah. I will literally bring it just down a touch, like that, yeah? Just to make sure it picks up the order. It's the same with the take profit. The take profit's at the 614 up there. I will just come to 614, but I'll just come that side of it. Do you see what I mean? Just to make sure it hits it. But the stop loss, I will go just the other side because I don't want my stop loss to get it. Because a lot of the time price is magnetized to these Fibonacci levels, yeah? So if it does actually have to go, if it does come up there, I mean, sometimes it does, it will tend to like bounce off that. And my stop loss is just the other side, so it won't hit it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if your stop loss was on it, it would get it. So I always put my stop loss just the other side, but then I always put entry and the take profit just on, you know, the favorable side, as it were. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Get rid of that. I like this trade. I like this trade a lot because it's 2 patterns. Like when you've got 2 patterns, you're good to go. So yeah, I like that. I will put my entry actually about there, say 126,412. Let's do it. Let's put it right here. Let's write it out. So my entry would be like there. Take profit. Where's take profit? It'd probably be like 126,172. So say 126,172. I'll probably round up to 126,175. Just make it nice round numbers. 126,175. There. I'll just put it there, you know what I mean there. And the stop loss would be 126,728, 126,730 then. $126.730. So there you go. That has got the potential. This is where you just need a bit of patience, because obviously that's not a trade for now. I mean, it might hit there in the next few hours, or it might take a day. But I'd say the chances are with 2 patterns there, it's going to go and hit there. You know.
And you would do that on the 15-minute chart.
Yeah, it don't really matter. I mean, we've got the values of the values, aren't they? You know, we like set a pending order. Obviously, I've drawn it out on the 15-minute, yes, but we'll set the pending order now, and these would be the values you put in on the pending order. You know, I don't know if you know how to do a pending order. Did I show you? If we go back to this, yeah, do you know how to do it?
Yes, yes, thank you.
Oh. Yeah, just them values there. Yeah, I mean, what I'll tend to do is go through my list of peers on the 15-minute chart. When I've gone all the way through, setting the pending orders, I'll then change it to 1 hour and go through the list again. You know, and then but I leave it gets easier because once you start leaving the patterns there, it's like if we go onto my actual charts, you can see no matter what pair I click on, there's patterns there. Look, you know. So I've got a list of like pending orders, like this one, this red one, for example. Look, it's decided it's moving sideways. It came close to activating, but it could go up and activate in the end. You know, I mean, essentially, then that's going to end up, you know, right over there, but it's still valid. You know what I mean? So once you start building up patterns on your charts, you kind of just work. You kind of just work to them. You know, in the end. I mean, I'm looking at this now. I can't really. That probably was a pattern just there. But it's already, it would have already hit take profit looking at it. I haven't been in a lot lately. I've been a bit busy this week. I haven't done a lot of trading, but still been doing okay though. Let's have a look. Let's go there. So is that left come there? It wouldn't have been a pattern. It wouldn't. It would have been if it weren't for that wick. But no, that's like the crab pattern down to the 120 something. So it still could turn. I'll leave that there because that's where entry would be for that B value. Do you know what I mean? 73. Entry is going to be down there at the 127, although we're miles away. It might work its way down to there. So now looking at this pair, look, you see I've got, if price goes down, I've got a pattern. If it goes up, I've got a pattern. Either way. So I'll set the pending order for that as well. I will already have a pending order set for this. I'm just let them do their thing, you know. Price come down here, it'll activate it, it'll go up. If this activation point was not lower than this C point there, or let's look, then say that this is a sharp pattern, so this C point could come lower. That's the maximum value for this C point there. So looking at this, it's very possible that price could come down and activate here and go up, hit the take profits, go up and hit the entry for that and come down. Do you see what I mean? Because it would not invalidate this pattern. Obviously, if it came down here, then that pattern wouldn't be valid. But I don't want to like sound complicate things here for you, but the shark pattern, look, once the price gets past this maximum value there of this shark pattern, it will turn into like cipher patterns anyway. But what I'm trying to say is, because if price comes down here, then it comes lower than this, then I would have to move this C point low down here. Do you know what I mean? And it's going to send the pattern a crazy shape, but they would turn into a crazy massive pattern. They're not always like nice shape. Do you see what I mean? And then it would be a daft pattern like that, but it'd still be valid, you know. But what we tend to find is that price will probably just come and bounce off there anyway, and I'll be able to leave that there. Do you know what I mean? So once you've got the patterns kind of on your screen, like the pending orders and stuff, you can just work with them. You're just tweaking them. You kind of build up a base. You know what I mean? And you just forever tweaking and playing with them, you know. So yeah, I'll set a pending order on that as well. And this one, look, that it take profit that happened yesterday. Just put that wick up there, look, bang, it entry, comes straight back down, and it you know, the take profit was only up there, so easily it's it. Euro USD. No, that can't see anything there. Like some weeks you'll just get tons and tons and tons of patterns, and then other times you know. Here's another instance. Look, this is why we don't do the C to D thing. Look, because before this happened, look, you know, you would think price was well on its way to hitting this entry point, wouldn't you? The blue pattern there just changed its mind and went that way. So that really is no longer valid. So we'll take that away. I'll cancel the pending order. But price is heading down here nicely, though, isn't it, to this one? Look. I'm going to post all of these in the group, but because we had this harmonic pattern in play, look. The red one. Yeah. And then what's happened is, look, it's hit entry. It's come down. It's hit the take profit 1. Gone back up. Obviously, this is take profit 2. It's not hit that yet. I think it's going to go and hit that now, though, yeah? So it'll hit take profit 2. We'll probably get a bounce up. And then maybe it will come down and hit entry for this. And then we'll enter this pattern in its own right. See, I was in this trade. I take profit 1, and I don't bother with take profit 2. I just take the high probability take profit 1. Do you know what I mean? So put these fibs on this. So I'll wait for that to come down and entry. I've already set a pending order for this, so it's already in and it's already there. It's been in there about a week. But be a nice trade that will when it activates. It is. It's a lot of pips, look. It's 300 pips. It's a massive trade. GBP. Anyway, on these GBP pairs. Again, look, this happens a lot, you know, where your pattern's going great, you know, you draw it out, you put your pending order in, but it changes its mind and goes that way. This is why we don't do this. You can see now why we don't do the C to D, yeah? This is perfect examples, because that sort of stuff happens. It only becomes the high probability move once it hits this D point. So we're not interested in doing crazy things like trying to trade it down here. We'll take it when it's the high probability money from the D point up. So this one has gone up there now. This is probably, what would this happen? This will probably turn into a shark pattern or something like that from there. So look, yeah. See what I mean? That's turned into a shark pattern. So here we go. Look, this is the type of thing I do. So we'll just tweak it accordingly. Make this value 1.61. It falls within the range. We're happy with that. So that pattern was no longer valid, but it's turned itself into a sharp pattern. So we want to see price reversing at some point down here to keep this valid. It can go up higher. It can go up as high as that. If it carries on going past that, then that'll be a cipher pattern, but the maximum is going to be something like that, and then nothing will be valid. But so what I'll do is, rather than leave that there like that, I will move that up to its maximum, just so I know at a glance when I come back onto this pair and I'm looking through, I can see whether, if all of a sudden price is coming down here, then I'll know price has come down there, and I'll always move it back to there. But just allowing it to be there I know that if it breaks that, it's just my own little method, do you know what I mean? I know that I'll be looking for a cipher if it breaks that there, or I'll move it back down if and when. That's what I mean. Once you've got patterns on your charts, look, you just respond to price all the time. You know, that was a back pattern, or going to be a back pattern. Now it's going to be a sharp pattern. Just, yeah, until it tells me otherwise. And this is just how I do it. It's really simple, really. It's just a case of learning the values. You know, just get the values like on a sheet of paper down in front of you, and then, you know, you're okay. Job's good. Missed that anyway. If it was a pattern, it's already gone. Boom. It looks like it would have been one. A back pattern, probably. So these channels are there. I was just trying out, you know, Jay posted them, didn't he, in the group. I was just testing out if there was any good or not. See, look, that there. That would that stop me out if I'd have entered it? Probably would have. Yeah, it would have. Oh no, saying that, no, it would have hit take profit first, probably. Maybe. It was entry into us there. It would have just about hit take profit maybe before. This is why I set them. This is why I set them a little bit this side. You know what I mean? Maybe I have to replace this. You see, that wouldn't have hit take profit. That's rare, that is, when that happens. It normally always will go and hit it. It would have stopped me out if it never hit it, and I would have never paid attention. I never entered that trade though. I was just testing out these channels. I found that pattern after the event. You know what I mean? I was testing out these channels. But yeah, I mean, you're going to get like about 1 in 10 fail, maybe 2 in 10 at the most, until it's down to personal preference. Then, you know, like to just tweak it a little bit. And you know, I'm definitely at more than 9. I'm at least 9 out of 10 winning trades with harmonics. If you just trade every single pattern you find, you'd be about 7.5, I think, out of 10, something like that. 7 out of 10, maybe. Still profitable, but you learn to you just tweak them. You know, in the end, you just find out which like it was always the GBP pairs that was consistently stopping me out, so I just stopped trading them, and that put the percentage right up. Again, look, there's another pattern that never quite made it. It was ever so close, but it didn't do it. So that's that. We'll remove it. Get rid of those as well. Not so bad as a lot, you know. What was gold doing, by the way? Gold's still going down. I fancy gold for dropping loads, you know. I know I've been on about it ages. It's just, I don't know. I can see that coming. Look, I can see that coming down here. I really can. But again, that harmonic pattern there, it's it take profit 1 and take profit 2. USD count going. This one, look, bang, it take profit. What's going on here? Charts are just full of patterns, look, because it's literally all I trade. It's what it is. Let's come from the top here. Now then, so let's try it from this point to this point. change the colour in a minute. This one might activate soon. Change this colour so you can see it. So what we've done, we just followed the market to the highest point for the B point, come down to the lowest point for the C point. Let me delete this little blue one out of the way so it's not complicated. You should get rid of that. Look, so this is within the range of the shark. Entry again, because it's a sharp pattern, we're looking at this figure. We get to the 1.618. We check then that it's in the range there, which it's not, it's too low. So it needs to go up a touch to make it 88.9, something like that. So we put that just there. Again, we look left all the time. We can see we've got good levels of support, resistance from here. There, look, perfect. Yeah, support and resistance. So I like that there at that level. That's my entry for that. I will set up a pending order accordingly. So here we go. I'll write the figures down again first because that one might activate soon. Fibs from the C to the D. Nothing ever changes. The same old boring stuff. Robotic, but boring makes money, so I don't care. Entry then for this. I'll come just this side of it. There. 134, 377. 134, 377. Okay. Take profit is 133,711. So I'll go 133,700. No, I do 710, so let's make sure. 133,710. Go like that. Take profit. And then we want stop loss up here. At 135,250. Something like that. That's another one I'll set. How many times do you think one harmonic pattern can work? I mean, I'll just get rid of it once it's it. You know, obviously, like if that entered there and it's take profit, then I've just moved on. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in it anymore. I'm kind of on and off to the next one. So I'll say just once because that's kind of all I care about. It's just the once, you know what I mean? So look at the chat, wherever it is. Don't move it. There we are, sorry. You combine harmonics with indicators to trade. Now, you know what I start, not really, no. I mean, what I tried to look at was using the MACD to compare the X leg there to the entry there. That's lower. Then I would look at the X leg down here on the MACD and see what it was like over there. But nah, not really. I just nothing. Just plain and simple harmonic patterns. Forget everything else. Just keep it simple. Just keep it simple, guys. Right? This is the thing. You see, we get bombarded with so much because what it is, right? You're trying to learn, so you're following like different people and different educators, and they've all got different styles, yeah, and different ways of doing things. Some more complicated than the others, and then consequently, for me, you then tend to like cross, you know, a few different styles together, and it all starts getting really complicated and messy. With harmonic patterns, it's just so simple, so simple. Every single time you draw the pattern, you've got the entry point, the stop loss, the take profit. Enter the pending order, walk away. Price hits this D point, it's nothing to do with you anymore. Let it do its thing. You've done all you can do. The minute you enter that pending order, that's your job done. Just take the emotional human out of the situation. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that, detrimental to anybody. We're all the same, aren't we? Just remove the emotional human out of it. Become like a robot. I can't emphasize that enough. You just find a process that works and just become robotic. Don't never deviate from it. Don't never trade anything else. Trade what works, stick to it, and be like a robot. So no, I don't trade with any indicators. But that's kind of as I think. Well, we got that trade there as well. I don't know how many pips is it before it hits entry. Still 70 odd pips away. So it's like 72 pips that trade is from entry to take profit. And that's a decent trade, So, I think I've kind of gone through them all now, guys. And if I'm honest, I'm getting a little bit tired. I'll answer any more questions if you got them, but then I think I just want to get my head down.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.
Has it been helpful, at least?
Yeah, thank you very much, Steph. Yeah, it's
Very helpful.
Okay, guys, that's cool. Because obviously I'm not a teacher, you know what I mean? So you'd like kind of, are they going to understand what I mean? Pretty cool. But if it helps, it's cool. It's fine by me.
So have a good evening. Thank you.
Yeah, you too. Cheers, guys. I'll catch up with you later. Yeah, thanks for coming and everything. And so I won't talk into myself.
All right. Cheers.
Great stuff. Take it easy,
good
guys.
night.
See you later.
Hey, thank you. Amazing.
Thank you, Stephen. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Cool, man.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Cheers.